and a very good afternoon, good morning, welcome to Crafters TV. Thank you for joining us this Monday afternoon. My name's Ben Mosby and welcome to Monday Makers. So one of those shows, I was saying this to producer Johnny before the show, as much as I've been here for about 6 months now, it's one of those shows that I don't feel that I've hosted as often as the other shows, but I must have done because my weeks rotate in the same sort of way. But anyway, point of the matter is, I'm very excited to be here. We've got some brilliant deals coming up for you over the course of this show. And don't forget, just to mention, starting today, if you head to our website, you can take part in our freebie frenzy where you'll find lots of 3 for 2 deals. So head to crafterscompanion.co.uk.com and .eu and you'll be able to check out all of those deals. But this is going to be a brilliant show. Do you know what, actually? We talked about this on the last show when we had that Knit with Positivity collection. Love that collection. And the 2 sort of main collections that we've got on this show as well, I am a massive fan of. Coming up a little bit later on, if you haven't seen them yet, mine is going to be well and truly blown. We've got the rotating stamps, which are just awesome. And also a collection that I haven't seen until yesterday. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is so amazing. If it's decoupage that you want to get into, a collection which you are going to absolutely love without breaking the bank. All that to come, plus a little bit later on, we're going to be crowning another craft ambassador on our Monday Makers show. We're going to be going over to the US of A, to Connecticut no less, to speak to one of our lovely viewers. All that to come. And of course, I'm not here on my own for the next 2 hours. Could you imagine what chaos would ensue? I'm delighted to say that the boss is in the building. Sara joins me for the next 2 hours. How are you, Sara?
Oh, tremendous. And I love that inference that the chaos would be better if Ben was on his own. I have a feeling it's going to be a chaotic show to start with, Ben. We've got all sorts going on. Honestly, I love getting to do Monday Makers because Monday Makers is our one show of the week where we can push things a little bit more advanced. So, for example, with the floral decoupage we're going to be looking at, this is what I'm going to be sharing with you, okay? So I'm hopefully going to get a couple of different cards done, but you know, guys, that I absolutely love my Z-fold cards. Peonies are my favourite flowers, so I cannot wait. By the way, everything here, this is everything I'm going to demo. Can I just let you into a secret as well? I've done something really naughty.
What?
I'm just going to put this out there, okay? So, on Friday is Leanne's first craft along. Now, she gets to do the craft along with the pop-out numbers. I wanted to do that craft along show because we did the launch, Ben.
We did.
That's when the whole brainchild of the craft along was born, right? So, Leanne's planned a craft along for Friday, right? And I'm going to share with you a little bit later on what she's going to be crafting along and what you'll need. So we'll cover that a little bit later in the show. However, when I was looking at it, this here was one of the designs that you guys wanted to see in the more advanced show. So yes, there's crafting along, but then there was how do we do something a little bit more advanced? And I loved this little box here. So this is the box here. And you can see, when I say box, it actually folds up, you see, to be a complete box.
Love
and
that.
It's got the lid that goes on the top, Ben. So it's an exploding box for a really special birthday. So when you take it off, it's going to explode with the 90 popping out inside. So, unbeknownst to Leanne, I was like, get me them pop-out numbers on Monday Makers, because Monday Makers is all about advanced stuff. That is one of the cards I'm going to teach you today. If you haven't already got this collection, it's actually good. This is how I sold it to the rest of the business. I said people can watch and then order it today and have it ready for the craft along on Friday. If you're ordering in the US, let me just say you need to get your order in now. I can't promise it'll be there for Friday. If you're ordering in the UK, get your order in now so that you can craft along, and I'll show you all the other things that Leanne's going to be doing with you on Friday. So when I tell you I've got an exceptional show lined up, this is just the start of the show that I've got lined up for you, Ben.
Absolutely, and the brilliant thing is about the craft alongs as well, we go at your pace. That's the great thing. If you've not seen any of those yet, we go at a nice steady pace so that you can get involved. So yeah, a great heads up for you there to be able to get that collection so it's with you for Friday and you can craft along on the show. However, let's talk on this show first about the Crafters Companion Floral Decoupage collection. This is great for the fact that you're going to get die stamps and topper pads in 3 mini collections within the big bundle. And what I love about this, as I say, is if you are somebody who is brand new into your crafting and you're looking for an easy way to get decoupaging, then this is absolutely phenomenal. With each of the collections, you're going to get your dies, okay? So the 3 collections that we've got are your peony blooms, we've got your classic rose, and your floral spray as well. And as you can see, you've got dies within each of the collections that match up perfectly with your paper pads. Well, I say paper pads, 250 GSM, and you're going to be getting all of the decoupage elements that you can use in conjunction with those dies to be able to create some amazing detail and decoupage on all of your projects. You've got accompanying stamps to go with these too, just to add all of those finishing touches. But the point is, if you've wanted to get into decoupage and do decoupage simply, it couldn't be any more easy than this. If I just show you on the Peony Blooms pad, for example, so you've got the dies which correspond with the paper pad that you've got here, and literally you've got 48 pages of these decoupage elements. And look, I think it's quite self-explanatory anyway, but the point is, even if you were a little bit stuck, every single element that you're going to cut out with your dies is numbered, so you can layer this up piece by piece, and it just makes it nice and simple and nice and easy for you. And actually, as we were talking about earlier on, if you wanted to go that little step further, when we were decoupaging earlier, you can take elements from other sheets and kind of snip into those and add those to make even more depth and dimension with each of those. I'll just show you too some of the things that you can create. So this one, of course, is from your beautiful peonies, and again you've got the whole thing of being able to get as much depth and dimension as you want, whether you're using your pads which Craig uses, whether you're using your chunky glue to be able to get that depth. It is entirely up to you, but you can see just how easy it is to create, and that is only your peony blooms. By the way, this is a busy day already. I think we've still got people watching from earlier on with that Knitwick collection. 10% of the stock has already gone. This is that gorgeous floral spray once again, and look at the depth and dimension that you can create. And once again, as I've said, if you are watching for the first time and thinking, is this difficult to do? It's super simple, because you've got all the tools that you need within this collection to be able to create these beautiful florals. I'll show you another one. If you thought the depth and dimension there is off the chart, look at this. This one again has used foam pads, but it just shows you, if I lift that up, look at that. Are you kidding me? That's unbelievable. And when you think about florals, all sorts of occasions, whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, you know, if you need them for with sympathy, you've got that too. But there's so many occasions that you'll be using these for. And let me just show you as well, finally, with your classic rose, once again, you've got your paper pad to combine with those dies, and look at this. I mean, come on, how gorgeous is this? And how usable is this for loads of different projects right throughout this year and all of the years to come too. These are flying out the door already. 10% of the stock gone. Look at the deal's phenomenal, right? £41, $67. You're saving $35.91 or $55.91. And of course, another 20% comes off that if you are a platinum member too. Get shopping. It's craft made easy is this collection. I tell you what, we've also got on the show some other goodies for you too. So just to give you a bit of a heads up, I know lots of you shop ahead on the web. We have got on the show the rotating stamps, which I tell you what, I saw these on the 8 to 10 preview show we did back in January, and as much as I talked about the Knitwick collection earlier on, that Knitwick collection, I was like, yep, that's going to be popular. The rotating stamps, yep, those are going to be popular. I can show you them on the boards actually. It's probably the easiest thing to do. And honestly, the concept with these is just amazing, because the first thing you might do, you might look at the stamp itself and you go, there's loads of bits missing off that. That's not particularly good, is it? How's that going to work for you? But with a simple rotation of 90 degrees, then another 90, then another 90, and then another 90, you have got the ability to create a background, a frame, which is just so magnificent. Choose the colours that you want to go for and create just beautiful frames. I'll quickly whiz through these and we'll see them in more detail a little bit later. But that was your butterfly wishes. Here's your rustic botanicals. Again, piece by piece, you look at it and you go, well, that's not much, is it? But when you do the 90-degree rotation, choosing that colour, look at what you can create. With each of these stamps, you get a little sentiment in there as well. Have a beautiful day. And then you're also going to get within this collection your gorgeous butterfly roses. By the way, we'll touch on these later on too, but we've put together specific ink pad collections to go with these. I think the ink pad collection for the rustic botanicals has gone, but for the other 3, we have got those available. And then the last set that you're going to get in your rotating stamps is your meadow wreath. Once again, if you're looking at this and thinking, huh? It's so simple. You've got this stamp, rotate it 90, rotate it 90, 90, 90, gives you this, there it is, this, and then you get a little sentiment stamp to go with each of the rotating stamps. $44.16 is an unbelievable deal on this, saving 15% or $52.95 if you're shopping with us in the States. We've got some creator cards on the show for you too, the double-sided layerable creator card collection, a 6-piece collection. We'll look at this in more detail in just a bit. 10% of the Monday Makers stock has gone on that though. Look at the saving. Are you
Third.
You buy 2, you get 4 free.
Now, I did not know that when I was getting my demos
Sara's
ready.
jaws just dropped.
I think we better probably accelerate up that demo because those could be gone before we get the demo done. Right, wow, those, yes. Wait till I start showing you them as well.
$49.98, $59.90, saving £100 or $120. Wow. Listen, get nice and interactive with us. Anything that you want to ask, anything you want to know, you can comment on Facebook and on YouTube. Of course, already some lovely messages coming in. Ayesha saying, good morning again, everyone. Looking forward to the demos today. Denise saying, you look so fancy in your vest. Are you talking about me?
Vest, it must be like what they call a waistcoat in American maybe. Maybe they think your vest is your little shirt underneath. Explain what you mean, folks.
Yeah,
because
I'm confused.
A vest for us, this is why he's thinking it's a bit funny, is what like old men wear underneath their, jumper when they're a bit cold, like a thermal vest. Like your granddad wears.
All right. And a lot of people saying it's lovely to have Sara. Isn't it lovely to have Sara in the studio? Hello, beautiful Sara, says Diane. Oh, says Shaddai. So love you, Sara. Yes, I want the measurements for that box. And Susan says, hi, Sara and Ben. Love the pop-up numbers. Have been having a play with them. Sent pics in. Keep the comments coming. Send your pictures in. But let's get going because things are flying out of the door left, right and centre. The floral decoupage. This, Sara, I think, is a brilliant kit for everybody because, again, if we've got new people watching, they want an easy craft. This is decoupage made easy, isn't it?
Well, it's brilliant, Ben. And here's the thing, okay? We did this floral decoupage last year. You guys loved it. It completely sold out. We brought it back in. It completely sold out.
Yeah.
You loved it so much. We did a couple of new flowers in the Caring Thoughts collection. But then what I've also done is brought these 3 flowers back so that if you have the Caring Thoughts and you love that decoupage element, you can add this onto it. Now, the concept with these, okay, it's 3 parts in each system. Let me just get the 3. So you've got the dies, which is like the tool. Now, bear in mind, you're getting 3 sets of everything I'm showing you. You couldn't buy the die for the price that we're doing the whole set of, right? 3 of the dies. Then you've got both the paper pad, where you've got in here 48 sheets of a really thick cardstock of those beautiful florals, which we're going to die cut. But then also you've got the floral stamp as well. So if you wanted to do the stamping and then the die cut fits over the stamp, that's just a fabulous bonus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a sheet of this to get you started, right? We're going to do decoupage for this one. Now, for anyone who hasn't seen this before, let me just get all the dies out of this set. These are absolute genius because I can see this is going to cut out this, but what I can't see is how on earth that lines up to go over top of there, right? It's just not intuitive and obvious. Well, it is when we've done it, Ben, because look what we've done, right? So you've got the little one down here, and then we've got the little one on here. So what you do is, as long as you line up, it says number 1 on the back, as long as you line up the number 1 over top of the number, you'll see that the whole thing will just fall into place absolutely perfectly, and you stick it down, right? So I'll do the same here. So I can look at this. This has got a tiny little number 2 on there, right? I can see there's my number 2. So all you're doing is lining up the 2 over top of the number 2, and it just enables me to line up that whole piece of decoupage in a matter of seconds. So every one of these, like what number's this one here? This is my 3. Yep, so my 3 is going to line up there. And can you see it's just all coming into place really easily. Now, it's up to you if you want to die cut the whole thing, if you only want to die cut a few pieces of them. But what I'll do is, Ben, I'll continue on there with all of these pieces.
Lovely comments coming through. It turns out that a vest in America is a waistcoat, so that makes that does make
now
sense.
It makes sense. So they don't think you look like our granddad.
No, only you
with a thermal vest on.
Only you think that, Sarah. But I'm an old granddad.
I tell you what, he had a vest on the other morning. We went running yesterday morning. It was minus 1, minus 2. There was snow out there. It was absolutely freezing.
The hilarious thing is that there's a thing over in this country where it's kind of like northerners. Like Sarah's obviously a bit northerner, seeing as, you know, if you're up north, you're a little bit tough. If you're like me, down south, you're from down south.
Southern pansy.
Well, okay, well, you said it, southern softy, and I turned up, it was, like, Sarah's gone, it was 0, -1, it was about -5, right? It was freezing. And I turned up with all my layers on, I got my bobble hat on, gloves, got about 3 layers on, and Sarah's there pretty much in a t-shirt. Oh, you southern pansy. It's really freezing. Tropical for Sarah, though, 0 degrees is warm.
I tell you what was funny as well, he said, we set off running, and so Ben was on TV yesterday, so he said, I'll come at 8 o'clock, because I need to be finished at 9 o'clock because I need to get home, get showered, get in, right? So I said, no problem. And sometimes, so the week before when we ran at 8 o'clock on the Sunday morning, we got back about 22, you know, we had a glass of juice and a bit chillax afterwards before we set off to work. Oh no, this Sunday, we did like a little loop and then we ran past the driveway where you would run up to my house and he was like, aren't we turning off there? I said, no, we're being quite fast today, it's only 8:33, I reckon we can fit another 3K in here. And his face was a picture. He was devastated. So we ran onto my drive at 8:50.
Yeah.
I said, do you want me to get you a can to take with you, drink in the car?
Unbelievable.
Yes, I worked him hard, didn't I?
He lulls me into a false sense of security. I fall for it every time. I thought, oh, it'll be a nice little 3K or something. We ended up doing like 7K.
8.5.
Oh, 8.5 was it?
8.5.
But it was literally that. We did the lap and we ran. I thought, we're going to finish now because I could see like the road down to Sarah's house. I'm like, oh, we're going down here now. She's like, no, we're going the big loop. I was like, oh.
But I bet you felt good for it all the rest of the day, Ben. You were pleased I'd pushed you to do that. Am I right?
Sarah, I felt brilliant for the rest of the day. I mean, I was so pleased that I came for a run with you. I can't wait until next weekend.
We're running next Sunday?
No, not next Sunday. I'm not here. I mean, I am, but no. I'll have to do it. Oh, no.
Are you washing your hair that morning?
Something like that, but I've just realised that I'm onto my weeks from next week, so if I come running with you, it'll be one of your stupid o'clock runs.
Yep, or if you want to go midweek, we have to run at 5:30.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how you do it, honestly, every day. Every day.
I don't go every day, just most days.
More days than I go at 5:30 in the morning, that is for sure.
Right, what I'm doing, Ben, just so everyone knows, I didn't cut out every layer of this just to kind of speed this up, but now I'm using our stamping mat and the ball tool. Now, this is what I do differently to our Craig, okay? So Craig does everything now with foam pads, very like meticulous. I like mine to look very dimensional. So I love there that you're looking from the front, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this next layer and you can see that this next layer, let's have a little look there, it's going to go on top of here. So what I can do is I can just put this massive globule in the middle, Ben.
Yeah.
And I can position this on, here we go, get it all lined up. And then I can really layer this up to look like actual, genuine 3-dimensional decoupage. That's what this is the bit that I love. So I'll continue building that up.
Yes.
But you're just using that kind of same principle each way you go through.
And obviously, because Yvette's just sort of asking about why you need the dice for this, because of course you need the dice to be able to cut out the individual pieces in the decoupage pad, but then also, so you've got all of the, I suppose if you're brand new to this, you've got all of the pieces there ready for you to pre-cut so that you can start decoupaging, but then there's nothing to say that then you can't just take the dies and, you know, start cutting other bits of cardstock if you wanted to do that as well. But it just makes the whole process for you nice and simple, and you can get onto the fun stuff really, really quickly. There's so many comments coming in. Shaddai says, Ben, where are your glasses? Have you heard about my glasses, Sarah?
No. Dare I ask?
I got some varifocals.
Oh, Ben, you old man. You old man.
And I wore them the other day.
And then do you do, like Leanne does this, right? She comes into meetings these days and she puts her specs on the corner of her nose, like, and she looks down. She feels like a teacher, and the specs are there, and she's looking, and I'm like, Leanne, man, you look like my grandma. So, so I had a word with her about that. Specs on the nose. She still does it. It's hilarious. You'll see on Friday when she does a show. Do you want me to show you the next little bit of what I'm going to do?
Yeah,
Ben?
go on.
Right. You'll not be surprised to hear Sarah wants to do a Z fold card. I think these look fab on a Z fold card, okay? So, for anyone who has never seen me do a Z fold card before on Crafters TV, where have you been all your life? Wait till you see how easy this is, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 5-inch Z fold card, right? So if we take our scoring tool, I'm going to fold my card first of all at 5 inches. So you're going to kind of fold it in half, and then we need to fold this piece in half as well. So we're going to score it at 2.5, right? So that's as much as I kind of need to do now. And then if I take this off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this to the 5 inches wide.
Yep.
All right, so we're at 5 inches wide. There we go. And then I'm going to trim it so that it's a 5-inch square fold card, so that we're 5 inches there. And then for this bit, decide how wide you want your panel to be. So I'm going to go a little bit thinner than that. That'll do it. Right, so this is now excess.
Okay.
And I've got these here. And then this folds back here like this, Ben, so that we've got a nice little 5-inch square fold card. And then all you do from here, right, is you take this piece, flip it over, and that is going to go in the middle of your card there. That's how you do a Z fold card. You can do them at 5 inches, do them at 6 inches, whatever you want, but you want it as a half fold and then the half in the middle again. So that's how you do a Z fold card.
Perfect.
What I've got is I've got my pieces matted and laid for a Z fold card ready so that I can start and put the whole card together. So this is the boring bit, Ben, where they just see me doing a little bit of matting and layering, but I'm happy to answer any questions while we are live.
Okay, well, just to tell you, there's so many great bundles today. You guys are going mad for these collections. This Floral Decoupage collection, a fifth of the stock has now gone, so 20% of the stock has gone. This is going to go. Honestly, it's one of those really busy days today. So if you see something you like, get it in your basket, in your cart, quick, smart, because things are flying out of the door. A few comments and a few questions which have come in as well. Must say happy birthday to Renee Deshane, who says, I hope I can find something to buy for my birthday today from me.
Oh, I've got plenty for you, Renee. Trust me, you're going to be spoilt for choice.
Happy birthday, Renee. Oh, by the way, good point producer Johnny's just made to remind you, it's our freebie frenzy this week. There's loads of 3 for 2 deals on the website. If you go to crafterscompanion.com.co.uk, have a little bit of a ferret around the website because there's loads and loads of goodies to be grabbed right there on 3 for 2s. Lots of love for decoupage as well. Aisha just saying decoupage is how I got started on my crafty journey in October.
Yeah.
Picked up a kit from HSN. Laura,
do you know, a lot of people said the same thing, Ben. A lot of people started with decoupage because it's quite a, I always think it's quite a professional paper craft.
Yes. Beautiful kit, says Lynn. The flowers are beautiful. Marilyn Pico has just said, I just did a floral spray with the dimensional medium. I can't believe how much I love the look. It's that thing again, isn't it, where it's a nice, easy thing to do, especially with this kit, but the finish you get is uber professional. Susan Rudin just saying, I just received a decoupage set and I'm really enjoying making these. Beautiful, very easy and fun to make. Gloria on Facebook. Hello everyone from rainy Shadydale, Georgia. I'm so glad to be able to see you, Ben, and wonderful Sara today.
I will take being wonderful any day of the week, folks. Thank you.
And Sue asks on Facebook, hi Sarah and Ben, please could you tell me if we will be getting the additional floral decoupage sets that were in HSN auto ships, Lily Daisy Rose Spray?
Do you know what? If you guys really like them, we can absolutely organise ordering them and having them in the UK. So we did a lot more for the HSN auto ships to what we had in the UK. But if that's what you guys are wanting, we can absolutely look to get some of those in.
There we go. Any more questions, do get those asked and we will put them to Sarah. Cindy is saying on YouTube, I've made my first card with decoupage. Love the flowers. And Fred on YouTube is saying, Fred171, the waistcoat is a very slimming fashion piece. Not that you need it, Ben. I'm glad you put that second sentence in. I tell you what, a waistcoat is also very good for, or a vest as you call it in America. It's great for when you haven't ironed your shirt.
Ah, now the truth's coming out. Now the secret is coming out, Ben.
I just like a waistcoat. I need to get some more ones. I think I need to get some brighter ones, perhaps, maybe. But yeah, I love a waistcoat.
You do look good in a waistcoat.
Oh,
It's only certain people I think can carry off a waistcoat, Ben.
Yeah.
You're definitely one of them.
I'm glad you said that. You turned around and said, by the way.
You're definitely not one of them. No, you definitely are. Now, do you know what I'm finishing this off with, Ben?
Yeah.
Couple of now the papers and also these butterflies are all from the Caring Thoughts collection.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you are someone who has that Caring Thoughts collection and you want to like add to it and put a little bit more in there, let's have a look. I did have some little gems on here as well. Don't know where I've put them. No, never. There they are. I've run them through my Zara already. So if you are someone who has the Caring Thoughts and like the idea of being able to send them cards for any occasion, then what I would say is this would be a fantastic addition onto that range to kind of enable you to just expand it and take it a bit further. The colour palette is very similar. It's going to work in a really similar way. And then look at this. These are the sort of cards. This is just using papers from that Caring Thoughts collection. What a brilliant way to finish all of that off there. I'll let you have a little look at it from the front.
I tell you what, phenomenal is that.
Hey, and that is our first card. That is our starting point. And I've gone you right through from the beginning. So this is why I love Monday Makers, because yes, we do advanced looking cards. However, we demystify them so that you realise that actually it's so much simpler than what you would expect. So there's the first one. For anybody who missed at the beginning, I've got more decoupage to do. We're going to be doing some fantastic cards using those the double-sided dies that we talked about that are on buy two get 4 free. And then later on in the show, I'm going to be teaching you how to do this fantastic exploding box pen using our number pop-out dies. So it folds up into a box. I've got the lid for it as well. And then when it opens out, you get that amazing 90 inside the box. So we'll be doing that demo later on in the show. I've also got stuff with the rotating stamps. I've got more with the decoupage. Honestly, I've got an amazing show planned for you guys.
It's already been an amazing start, hasn't it? Almost a quarter of the way through the show already. Loads of you chatting about this floral decoupage collection. Grab it whilst you can. As I say, I'm never one to sort of say, you know, buy it now kind of thing, but I honestly mean it today that you need to go for these collections because we're super busy flying out the door. Remember, you get a paper pad for each of the die sets and the stamps included as well. You've got your peony blooms, your floral spray and your classic rose in that collection, saving $36.91 or $55.91. Again, if you just want to dip the old paw in the water, that was the last show. That was the last show, Ben. If you want to dip the toe in the water and just give these a go, you can break these down into smaller bundles as well. But for £41 today, awesome deal. $16.88 for the individuals or $26.63. So you'll get the pad, the dies and the stamp relevant to the one that you go for. But everyone is going for that main collection. Almost a quarter of that stock has gone. If you're platinum, $32.80 is the deal on that today, or $53.60. It's great. And like, you know, Sarah was saying, the thing with the whole like Monday Makers is that, you know, we're giving you the ability to make these professional looking cards look like you've been kind of, you know, crafting for so long, and that's what you get with these. But it's so simple to do, as hopefully you've seen from that first demonstration. Right, the first thing we need to get to, or the second thing we need to get to, is right down here, because it is our Monday Mega Deal.
We could just record you saying that, Ben, and then any Mondays you're not on, we could just play that out. It sounds really good.
I think it needs a bit of echo if we're going to do that, though, whether the guys in the audio department could just do a bit of Mega Deal, deal. Well, yeah, we'll maybe do that. We'll record it. I'll put it on my next invoice. Right, so this is brilliant. If it's storage you're after, then this is awesome. In fact, this is flipping brilliant because it is the flipping storage binder collection. So cool for the fact that you've got your really sturdy folder. Leanne's bits and bobs. Rebecca's got Leanne's notes on the side of this one. You've got your little pull hole there, so you can actually pop this up on the shelf. You know, when you need to grab it, you've got easy access to it. You've got your ring binder style design here, and what you're going to get with this collection are 10 of your magnetic sheets within one of the binders, and you can see it's just super handy. What I like about this is you've got little pages within the actual binder itself. So if it's stamps you want to pop in here, little dies that you want to pop in there as well, you can do, you know, even things like your pearls and your ribbons, things that tend to go missing and that you don't have any storage for, you've got the ability to pop it in here. And as I said, you're also going to get loads of your magnetic sheets as well, 10 of those included in that deal for £23 or $33, saving 20%. Grab that if it's storage you're after. That is flipping brilliant. £23, $33, our Monday mega deal. Now, I'm really excited to show you these because honestly, these really appeal to me again because what you get, like with the decoupage, when you use these, you get such a professional finished effect from them. However, the process of creating the finished effect is easy. And that's where I think we're brilliant here at Crafters Companion, because we bring you so many products like this which make you look like an absolute professional, even if it's the first time you've done it. These are the rotating stamps, or the rotation stamps. And what you get, 4 stamps, like the meadow wreath here, for example. And if, as I said this early on, if you look at the actual stamp itself, you might look at that and go, well, there's loads of bits missing off there. How is that? How is that going to work? How am I going to get an amazing stamp off that? Well, it's all about the rotation of the stamp as you go through. Basically, choose the colours that you want to work with, and then basically, once you stamp once, rotate 90 degrees. And the way that the stamp has been designed kind of fills in all of the gaps. So every time you turn 90 degrees, it fills once again. And look, by the time you've finished, you've got an absolutely glorious frame, background, however you want to use it. There is your meadow wreath. That one comes with happy birthday to you. You get a sentiment with each of the rotating stamps that you get. I mean, the butterflies, how gorgeous are those? Pick your colours and away you go. Once again, you're just rotating the stamp to create this absolute kaleidoscope of butterflies, sending birthday wishes. You've then also got within this collection your rustic botanicals. Once again, I love the colour palette that we've shown you on the boards here. It's got a real sort of harvest festival feel to it for me, that one. And that one is Have a Beautiful Day. And then last but by no means least in the collection, you've got your butterfly roses. Once again, it's all about the rotation of the stamp to create these amazing, amazing frames. The stamp sentiment you get with that one, always thinking of you. $44.16 or $52.95. We're really busy for these once again today. And what I would say to you too is check the web, because we've got for 3 of these, aside from the rustic botanicals which is sold out, we've put together some ink pad bundles for you so that you've got some really nice inks, colours that we think work with the particular collection. So do look out for these. Stock wise on this, Johnny, what did you say? A quarter of the stock has already gone, and we've not even shown them to you. I've tried to explain it in my sort of simple terms as to how easy it is, but let's see this in action. I think it's always easier to see how these work. But Sara, again, professional finish, but super simple, right?
Well, I just love that we can make you look awesome.
Yes.
Even if you're a complete beginner. So these are the sort of stamps that only in the past really advanced people would have been able to kind of achieve this effect, but we've just demystified it and made it simple. So look what I've got. I've actually used our 8x8 stamping platform, and all I've done, Ben, is while you've been chatting there, I've just lined that up right in the middle already, ready to go, and just put myself a sheet of paper. Actually, I've got that a little bit dirty now, so go on, we'll flick that up. Oh, you're nice and clean on the back there. And let me just check, I've still got you roughly in the middle. Yes, I have. Right, so I like the 8x8 stamping platform because it's got these little magnets to kind of hold it in place.
Yeah.
The other option, if you didn't have this, is just cut your piece of paper to exactly 6x6, and then all you're doing is lining it up with the edges of the stamps every time as you go. So whichever one's easier for you. Now, I've got the colours over on the side here, so I've gone for the Butterfly Wishes set because I'm using the butterfly. So I've got the Lemon Tonic, Baby Blue, the Parakeet, and also the Pale Fig in here.
Yep.
And what we've done is we've given you colours that kind of like give you quite a nice contrast as we're going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the Lemon Tonic, Ben. Now, the difference is, right, if you haven't tried any of our quick dry inks before, but you've used a lot of the Harmony water reactives, then what I would say is that that's brilliant, but they weren't designed, water reactives were not designed for stamping. So if you actually want to do stamping, you'll see here I've got quite a crisp result there.
Yeah.
That's because these are our stamping inks, right? The quick dry ones. Same here, I'll come on with the Baby Blue. Now, I shouldn't really do this. I should really try and clean off my stamp before I go to the next one. But I'm just being a little bit quick. You won't be being this quick quick, folks, when you're doing this live on air, because you won't be live on air now. Can you see I've got this here? That's where we stamped the last one. So I turn it round. I had the first one with the Crafter's Companion in the right, and now turn it round 90 degrees. And then we come and stamp all of that in, Ben. And I'm just making sure I go all the way around, and make sure you've got the whole thing stamped. Can you see that's come out green?
Yeah.
That's because I left the lemon on and then went over with the blue. So even though that was baby blue that I used, you can see it hasn't come out baby blue. So it's just something worth bearing in mind that you can start and mix your colours a little bit if you want, right? Then I'm going to come on with a pale fig. And do you know what we'll do? I will just get a little wipe, and let's clean this one off so that we actually have pale fig on the next one, so that you can kind of see the difference, right?
What are you using there? Just a baby wipe, is it?
There we go. Sorry, wait, Ben, what did you just say there?
What are you using to clean your stamps? Everyone always does. Just a wipe, normal wipe, is it?
Just a little wet wipe, and then a little bit of kitchen towel just to dry it off, okay? So I'm going to come straight on now with the pale fig so that we actually get a nice pale fig colour going on there. So there's our third colour. Line it down there with the Crafter's Companion in the bottom right hand corner, and I'm going to go 90, 180 this time, right? And then you're going to stamp that one, and you'll find that it will absolutely go into all of those little gaps, okay? So there's my pale fig, and you can see how well these colours are working together, and you can understand why we've put these collections together for you. And they're basically for people who are just wanting to get started with like the rotation stamps and don't know which colours to put together, how to get them together, and then can we do that thinking for you? Because what you want is a mix of pastel and bright shades, but you need colours that are going to work well on the colour spectrum. So there we go, there's our fourth shade, and you can see just how beautifully well, and every little gap is filled, but none of them go over top of each other. Now, that is just showing you really basically how to do this. I did do a card last week, you can go back and watch the show, where I did it with the metallic inks. Wow. And I did it onto the white and the black, so that you could kind of see the contrast on the white and the black, and that makes a wonderful twisted easel if you want to have a little look from the front. So that's that same butterfly stamp. That is one of the cards that I did last week. But even just, so let's have a look. This is the rustic colour palette, which is sold out. But you can see there the dip. And this is the thing, if there's something that you want, when it comes to ink pads, we don't have a lot of anything in stock. So if we've got a bundle that you really want, you kind of can't wait until and think, oh, well, I'll get that in a couple of weeks' time, because we just might not be in stock of the colours that you want at that point. This is using the opaques or the metallics you could use onto black ink, look really, really good. But it just gives you a little bit of a feel for how those stamps really work. And you saw just how easy it was. I did that literally live on air. That takes just a couple of minutes.
Super simple, and do you know what? Loads of people, I think, latching onto the fact that we're bringing you all of these products that do make difficult-looking cards easy. I love when cards look difficult yet are easy to make in reality, says Mary Pat 1000 on YouTube. And Jennifer Bierce on Facebook just saying, I have to share, I gave my family members Valentine's cards I made, and after a bit, my granddaughter asked, surprised, you made this? It looks store-bought. As a beginner at this, that was the best compliment I could have received. Thank you so much, CC. Jennifer, that is brilliant to hear. And that's, again, I think touching on what we've talked about here. Even as a beginner, as you just said, you're a beginner, you're making a card, and your granddaughter has thought it was a store-bought card. I mean, that's hats off, isn't it, to the fact that you can get that kind of look with the products that we've got. Crafty AJ on YouTube saying, get it, got it, good, such a good deal. Been waiting for these to come up again. Thanks, EC. We'll talk about that later. Katie Henderson on Facebook saying, hope you do Christmas rotation stamps or Halloween, Easter. Super fun. There we go. Well, you never know. Keep your eyes peeled. And Monica on Facebook saying, gosh, I love these and want more. Sarah, how about some plain shapes or trees for all the guy cards? Keep these suggestions coming in, because you know what we're like here. You suggest a particular idea on a theme, and then the cogs get turning here and things do happen. There's loads of love for the rotating stamps coming in. Grab these whilst you can. Kim just saying, love the collection. Fell in love with these after seeing Craig demos yesterday. And again, more suggestions for future themes. Carol saying a rotating stamp with sewing notions would be great for quilters. Lovely comments coming in. Thank you so much for all of these. Right. The ink pads that we've got left available, let me just give you the details. I've done, Johnny, you'll be proud, because I've done my little system here, so you'll have to tell me whether I've got this right. I won't check my notes, as we did last time. So you've got your, this is for your meadow wreath, you've got your gorgeous Bordeaux, Then you're also going to get with this your honey pot. I have to keep them in order for next time. You've got your spring meadow and also your green topaz. Yes, the system is working so far. Right, next. Oh, hang on a minute. No, next up is what's the next one? The butterfly roses.
Oh, that's the one I used.
So this one is...
No, I used butterfly wishes, sorry.
Wishes. Butterfly... Oh, now you're getting me confused. But this one is crushed velvet, right? Yep. You then got pink tulip. You've got green topaz and baby blue. Yeah, the system's working. The Mosby system's working here. And then the russet botanicals are sold out, but we do have the butterfly wishes. So, by the way, these are just suggestions. We're not saying, oh, if you're going for one of these individually, you have to use these colours with that particular stamp. These are just the suggestions of colours that we think work particularly well with the stamp. But the butterfly wishes ink pad collection is your pale fig. It is your parakeet, always an absolute fave, as is the lemon tonic. Definitely, and last but by no means least, your baby blue. Yes, he's done it. Mosby's done it. So there you go. Take your pick. $15.96 for each of those individually, or $22.24. Save 20%. Or as we've said, you know what? If you just want to make your own little mini bundles up, you can do. Those are just basically an idea of the ones that we think work best with the different stamps within that collection. Right, now this is just redonkulous.
It is indeed. Concur.
And I knew Sarah would have something to say about this. This deal, right, is just stupid. I'll show you the book. I mean, it's not stupid in a bad way, but it's stupid. You know what I'm trying to say? It's stupid in a good way. So your double-sided layerable creator card dies, a 6-piece collection. So you've got your, I can never say this, patented technology.
Oh, nailed it.
Whoa. Because you've got the ability to do your one pass and get 2 cuts, because you've got the 2 different designs on the die itself. And what you've got with this, as we said, create a card. You've basically got, with one pass through, the ability to create a beautiful card background into the starting point for your card. So it's amazing technology, it's swiftness, it's ease of use, it's some beautiful designs, and the deal on this, I'll go through the boards, but look at the deal just quickly. So this is a bundle which is normally £150, give or take, $180. It's $49.98 today, or $59.90. You're saving almost £100. You're saving almost $120. And don't forget that price on the screen, you've not even taken off your Club Inspire discount yet, have you? Another 20% off that, Platinum members, $39.98 or $47.92. I mean, unbelievable. You're going to get in here a whole array of different designs. That is your deco, your decadent deco. So if you're a big fan of sort of Art Deco, you've got that in there. This one is your stargazing. Once again, how gorgeous is that to be able to create this layered effect? Again, really simply, really easily. The only thing to say with these, of course, don't forget, you will need to get your double-sided plates to go with these too, which I think we've still got for the Gemini on the web, haven't we? You've got your lots of love, again, absolutely beautiful. Love the heart designs that you get with that too. Then you've got your retro floral, once again.
That's the one I'm using.
Oh, there we go. There we go. So that's the one we're going to see in just a second, and you'll see how easy it is to use these. And of course, we couldn't have a collection without butterflies as well. There's your butterfly kaleidoscope, and just look how beautiful it is once you do the cut to be able to pair this up to create some really, really gorgeous cards. These are flying out the door. I mean, value for money wise, got to be the deal of the day, hasn't it? A quarter of the stock has already gone. Potentially could go during this show, so grab it whilst it's here. Let's see how easy, once again, it is to work with these. So you will need your double-sided plates, won't you, if you're going to use these, Sarah?
You will do. So if this is your first foray into double-sided dies, my word, you picked the right bundle at the start, didn't you? Buy 2, get the other 4 for free. That's the place anyone likes to start, but that's the only thing you need in addition. So they look like this. I've specifically pulled out one that is well used and one that is brand new, just so that you can see, when we look at them, you'll get no warping or anything on these plates. They will be nice and smooth, doesn't matter how well used they become. So this is how yours is going to look after several hundred passes through your machine. That's absolutely fine. Now, you need your double-sided die plate and your 2 outside cutting plates, okay? That's what we use for these. And what you do is you take your die, so I'll take this in here, okay? and you're going to take 2 pieces. Now, Sarah's top tip here, take 2 pieces of card which are corresponding colours. But then you also want a cardstock that works with it that's going to give you a third 4 layer. That's when I like to bring something like some mirror. So I've gone pink on these. This is going to be my 4 layer behind. This is going to be the 2 layers I work with, okay? Now when you look at it, it looks a bit weird. One side looks quite simple. The other side looks a little bit open because it's got all the supports on for the simple side as well. Now, the simple side, I personally like to do in the darker colour. And then I'm going to do the more complex side in the open colour because this is the one that's going to be on the top. So what you do is you sandwich that die in between your 2 pieces of card there, Ben.
Yeah.
Then that gets sandwiched in between your 2 double-sided die plates, right? Then they get sandwiched between your 2 outer cutting plates. So that is a sandwich in a sandwich in a sandwich in a sandwich. That's the easiest way to remember
Sandwich
it.
in a sandwich
It's
in a
just
sandwich
all
in a
your
sandwich.
dies right in the middle. You've got your 2 bits, your die in the middle, your 2 bits of cardstock around it, your double-sided die plates around that, and then your regular cutting plates around that. And that's all you need to remember. Hear how hard that machine's just worked there for that. And then you see, when I lift this off, Ben, you can see that's what I'm talking about. That's going to give me the more simple design on the inside. And all these will just literally fall out of place, okay? I will tidy it up in a minute. And then this one here, try not to give it too much of a tap, she says, just aggressively tap it on the side there, right? But you shouldn't really do that because you don't want to damage
Leanne
your
will tell you
cutting
off.
plates. She would tell me off here, but look, I didn't want to have to sit and pop these bits out like I did on the last one. So if you just pop all those through now, there's only a couple more there to go. Now, what I would recommend, Ben, is people then get, what I would say is your dotty tape pen will be an absolute dream for this, because what you're going to do is you're essentially going to put your dotty tape all over the back of the top layer one here to layer it up, but we only want tape where we've got things with holes underneath. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. Here's my background layer here, right?
The dotty tape pens, by the way, are on a 3 for 2 deal.
Are they?
On Craft Vault, yeah, you get 2 dotty tape pens and you get a glue tape pen for free. So look at that on our website from Craft Vault earlier on. It'll still be there.
What a deal.
I know.
So, if I go all the way around here with that dotty tape pen, I'm not worried about getting, let's have a look, I'm getting loads of tape coming through here onto my glass cutting mat, but that's absolutely fine because we'll clean that off in a second. So I've got dotty tape all over. That then lies straight over the top of this part here. And you can see there how we've got all of that kind of space in there. And then to create that 4 layer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this all the way around here as well, and then do exactly the same. Then come across this middle bit, but we'll create that 4/3 layer by mounting this onto, now can you see I was going to mount it onto there. I've actually got, look how cheeky I'm being here. I've done an outside layer.
Ooh, okay.
So that it creates like a separate one again as well.
Yeah.
So can you see that's going to go, to be honest, you can, if you wanted, you could put this under here like this. There you go. And then we'll create that 4 layer just by trimming around this. And then this is going to be laid up again. Now, you can either do it flat or you can do it 3D onto that next layer. That's what I'm going to do. And I've gutted the centre out because nobody will ever see what's on the back of there. So all I'll do, Ben, is kind of layer all of that up together.
Thank you for all the lovely messages coming in. Brilliant show, says Pat. Many good prices will have to order. So Kathy on Facebook says, Sara, how many Sara Signature Mega Collections will you have this year? My accountant wants me to budget.
Well, pretty much. It's every 2 months we do another one. So I hope that kind of lets you budget as it was. So you've got a while ago because we've only just brought out Care and Thoughts. So you've got a little bit of leeway here. Means you can afford to go for some of the awesome stuff we've got on today's show, doesn't it?
And loads of love coming in for this collection as well. Kathy C just saying on YouTube, oh, I have the retro floral, can't wait to see what Sara is making. Crafty AJ says, do these dies go through the Gemini Junior?
Yes, that is the Gemini Junior that I am using today there.
So we've got if you need the plates, we've got the Gemini plates available, but I think the Junior plates we're still waiting for to come back in stock, I want to say.
On the double-sided ones.
Yeah, on the double-sided ones,
I know a lot of people will have probably have those plates already though, so hopefully it's just an addition of these new dies today.
Absolutely. And I think lots of people are cottoning on to the fact that this is potentially a brilliant bundle, maybe the bundle of the show. And yeah, Meave just saying on YouTube, which Gemini is Sara using? As we just said, using the Gemini Junior currently.
Right, are you ready? Because now I'm going to show you, as it's Monday Makers, and Monday Makers is all about advanced card making, right? There's my topper for my card, but I thought that would look really nice on a stepper card.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to walk you through making a stepper card to put this on, okay? So what I've done is, I've got my, here we go. I've actually got Fiona's. Fiona must have left hers here and taken ours from the studio back home, right? So I've got Fiona's Scoremaster. And what I've done is, I've made this, I've cut this down to 7 inches by 11 inches.
Yeah.
And I've done that so that you can do this with either your A4 card or your 8.5 by 11. So you're not limited to what we're going to do, okay? And what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to score, Ben, roughly down the 2-inch line here, right? And that 2-inch line, I'm going to make our little step off to the side, right? So our little step off to the side, let's have a look, I'm going to have it on, yeah, I'm going to have it on this side. So on the big part, you score it at the halfway. So it's 11 inches, so halfway would be 5.5, okay? So that is going to be our 5.5 at that side. Then my steps, I'm going to go up an inch, so you come in at 1, up to your 2-inch line, and then down an inch, which would be 2 here. And then because we've gone up and down an inch, we need to add an inch onto this one, right? So that was at 5.5, we come at 6.5. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
So you put your halfway point in here, decide how big your step. So if you wanted the step to be 1.5 inches, we would have come up 1.5 inches, down 1.5 inches at 3. And then this one gets added on however big your step is. So hopefully that makes sense. And then if I get my little cutting mat, knife, you're just going to cut down there. Obviously, you're going to take a little bit more time to do yours, a bit more professionally. But then I'm going up and down and then up here.
Hey, that was super quick, wasn't it?
Isn't it? Oh, it's all about having the know-how, Ben.
I know.
All about having the know-how, right? So I've got my little step on the side, and it's exactly the same if you wanted to do it with your step on the right-hand side, right? You just turn the whole card inside out. So then you get your step on the right-hand side instead. And you see? So it's exactly the same technique, but with the step on the right-hand side. It's the same whichever way you do it. And then all I'm going to do is, I've got a couple of little panels. I'm going to stick these panels, I've just done some matting and layering, onto the side here. So that's going to go in there. And then little panel down the bottom. I've stamped off on here, many happy returns. You don't need to see me doing all this stamping and whatever. I did think I'd put these extra 3 little gems across the bottom. It's all about the professional finish, you see.
And always the rule of 3, isn't it?
When
with
we're
your
on
gems and
Monday
your little
Makers.
embellishments.
There we go. And that many happy returns, I'm going to put over here with a little bit of 3D glue gel. And then also, you know what I've got is I've got some of these. I quite like these here. So these extra little bits that kind of came out. Should we pop them on the inside of these?
Did you say what paper you were using as well? Heidi just asked what paper you're using for your card.
Yes, from the textured cardstock range that we have.
Ah, okay.
I think they're absolutely brilliant, the textured card. So I'm going to pop that on there. And then this, it's a little bit larger, but it doesn't matter. I made it larger than the card specifically because I wanted to do card that you could do this size from your 8.5 by 11.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because this will go onto the front there. You won't even realise really that it's a matte and layer on the front of the card. When I pop that on there, I mean, that's how we do a perfect stepper card for your creator card. So you could be doing that stepper card that I've just taught you there with every single one of all of those creator card designs. How easy was that? A little bit like the Z Fold card we did. I love Monday Makers because it's having that know-how on how to, you just need to know the measurements. And we just showed you all of that.
Absolutely brilliant. And one thing that I did think, as I was going through the boards here, I was thinking, I'm missing one, aren't I? Missing one board. I didn't show you that you're also going to get in this collection your opulent tiles as well, which is, I think this little card here. Yeah, there you go. So that's the other one, because you definitely do get 6, because this is the collection, you see, where you buy 2.
You get 4. I said 4, Ben, for free.
What? 4?
4? For free.
I mean, we don't.
4 for free. 4 for free.
I love your free. We don't do things by halves here, do we? Seriously. So there's your opulent tiles, which is the one which I didn't show you. You've got beautiful butterflies in here as well. And again, now you've seen how to use them. As long as you've got your double-sided plates, you can see how easy it is to achieve all of these different designs. It's exactly the same as you've just seen, but just different designs. This one here is your decadent deco. Absolutely gorgeous. You've got your stargazing. Once again, just superb. And as we said, we've got all of the card stock in the colours that you will need on our website. Check it out. You may find some 3 for 2 deals there as well as part of our freebie frenzy. That one is our lots of love. Oh, and this is the one you've just seen, which of course is your retro floral. Loads of love for this particular collection. It's got to be the deal of the day so far when you consider you're saving £100, over 100 or almost $120, and then take your platinum membership off that as well, or your platinum club inspired discount. It is unbelievable value for money. Get it right now for $49.98 or $59.90, $39.98 or $47.92.
A Monday Makers posing as a cartload show to me.
Well,
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, low prices today. Honestly, it's felt a little bit like that right across the day today. We've had some brilliant deals on some bundles that I've certainly not seen before as well. So I'm like uber excited to see all of these new goodies. Uber excited because like everything is so simple to do. And then of course you see the prices as well. I mean, come on, do we treat you or what? There's a message here from, Fab. Kathy, a bit of an auto type there. I think you meant to put Fab stepper card. You put Fat stepper card. Although, I just read that for a second. What does that mean, fat? Although fat means cool, doesn't it? Like fat, P-H-A-T. Have to try that. Love that, Sarah, says Shannon H on YouTube. I'm going to try this out with the same die today. And this is a gorgeous card, so quick.
Post a picture on my Facebook page. I can see how you get on with that. I would love to see that. It's such an easy card when you know how to do it, and I would love to see any of you guys have a go at it.
Do you know what I love more than anything as well is when it's obviously great when you guys have already got these collections and you're using them, but it's even better I think when I hear that you've bought this collection previously and then you watch a demo, like for example there, seen Sara do the demo and now you've gone, oh, I'm going to use this collection now because I've got the confidence to use it, I've got some ideas. And that again is what we are here for. We're there to give you like the inspiration and the kind of courage to get these things that you've bought previously out of the packets, use them and give them a go. Just before we go and say hello to our craft ambassador, a quick message from Deborah here. It's a question for Sara. Sara, will you please consider doing a Sara Signature baby collection with dies of a rattle, booties, pacifier, blanket, crib, walker, rocking horse, high chair, baby giraffe, etc. and some of your fabulous papers?
Oh, do you know I did a Sara Signature baby collection years ago, 5 or 6 years ago. Oh, I'll have to go and dig that. Maybe, and I know we're not supposed to do this, but as there's so many of you got into crafting since then, maybe we could just go back and pull together a little mini collection with some of the best bits from there. Right, I'll make a note of that now. Excellent. Let me make a note of that so we don't forget.
This is what I mean, you see. You put in your requests, and because the boss is here, she'll write them down. And,
let me know if other people would be really interested in that so that I can kind of gauge how many of you would like baby collection. And then if there's anything else, I'm at your disposal today. Let me know what else you would like me to look at bringing back if we do maybe not bring the whole collection, just a little mini collection of it.
Right, there we go. Love this. Now, it is almost 5 o'clock UK time, so I think it is time to say hello and to crown another craft ambassador.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
This is what I love about Monday Makers. I love getting to meet our customers and oh my word, wait till you see Susie's craft room. I was watching on we have the big screens up in the studio here and I was like, oh, she's so organised. Oh my word, she's so organised. It just looks good. Susie, it just looks gorgeous. You honestly, woman after my own heart. Oh, welcome to our show. Thank you so much for coming to join us, Susie.
I'm so excited to get to talk to you.
Brilliant. So come on, Susie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been crafting along with you. I have those double-sided die.
Amazing.
Wow, I can't believe. Did you know Did you know I was going to be doing that, Susie, or was that just?
No, I pulled them out when Ben showed them in the beginning of the show.
Susie, you are now my official first craft-along person. Oh my word!
I did this one while you were doing decoupage.
This is brilliant.
Oh my word, Susie, this is absolutely incredible. Susie, you can just come and do my job if you want. You've probably got all the product there already.
I have so much product. Are you ready
Come on.
for the reveal?
Wow.
Oh my word. Oh, right, we're going to have to put you on the whole screen, Susie, so everybody can have a good look in your craft. Wow.
This looks super organised, Susie. Because
Birthday flowers of the month.
Ooh.
It's all gonna come tumbling down.
wow, look at all the stuff
All
you've got.
Oh,
stamps and stencils,
love the
and
stencils.
stocking holders.
Is the list that you've got on the door there, is that an itinerary of what you've got in the cupboard?
Oh no, my daughter is collecting the state quarters. So those are the quarters that we have.
And Susie, I've just noticed you've got your Team Platinum apron on and look
I
tremendous.
do.
So I
What?
hope, now obviously we had a bit of a shipping delay with a lot of those aprons, so I'm hoping all of our Platinum members received their lovely Christmas presents that I had made for them. So if anybody out there's watching was a Platinum member in December last year and hadn't received theirs, please don't sit there and don't tell us. Ring up our office and let us know that yours hasn't arrived, because they should have all arrived by now. And then if there's any problem, we can get one on its way to you. But Susie, you look fabulous.
I actually got mine just before Christmas, so thank you very much.
Brilliant. Well, Tessa, at least the US Postal Service didn't let us down in the same way. You guys didn't have Brexit to contend with. You didn't have loads of boats lined up out in the middle of the ocean waiting to deliver these. So,
Susie, just to ask, obviously it's brilliant that you're going to be one of our craft ambassadors here, but how did you get into craft? Have you always been a crafter, or is it something that you've always loved to do from like an early age?
From an early age, my mom really was the crafter. She did a lot of soft crafts, quilting, knitting, crocheting. She did a little bit of paper craft with some heat embossing many, many years ago. But she was the crafty one. And so I started making cards probably 14 years ago, 12 years ago.
So you were kind of there. You were kind of there, sort of. When craft first started, so you've obviously seen, like, over the last few years, we were chatting about this with Craig earlier on, like all of the kind of things that have come out over the last sort of 10, 15 years to make crafting so much easier. When did you find us here on Crafters TV?
Crafters TV about 6 months ago. And it's been amazing, the chatting with people.
Absolutely brilliant. And the great thing about us, of course, and I think everyone always chats about this, is the community feel of the channel as well. Have you found that you've sort of met lots of like-minded people and made friends through Facebook and things like that?
Made so many friends through YouTube.
Yeah.
It's amazing, the community.
Absolutely.
I can't thank you enough. It's helped so much through the lockdown.
Susie, what's your name on YouTube so everybody can know who we're talking to?
Susie T.
Susie T. Brilliant. Do you know, it's so fantastic because, Susie, we have viewers watching all the time, and I know that of all the people watching, there are only a handful of people who ever have the confidence to actually type those first few words and say hello, and that's how you make it. What would you say to anybody out there who's been watching along for a few months and hasn't taken that leap to start and chat with everybody yet?
We are the nicest group of people. You all at Crafters Companion are the nicest group of people. So don't be afraid to reach out and chat.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Everybody's so helpful.
Yeah. And have you found over the course of the last few months, a lot of people talk about, during the lockdown and the strange place that this sort of whole world has been in over the last year or so. Have you found, like, finding us here on Crafters TV and having all of those kind of crafty friends on YouTube has sort of, helped you through this sort of difficult time?
Absolutely. I don't know what I would have done without my new crafty friends on Crafters TV.
Oh, that's so amazing to hear, and it's great, isn't it, that obviously you can watch us here, you can chat along during the shows. And do you find as well, have you got sort of little crafty groups that you do your own little Zoom meetings on, or little, kind of like Facebooks together you can all sort of craft along together with?
Not yet. We've just started doing like a card challenge and posting pictures on Facebook and Pinterest.
Oh, amazing.
Wow. So you're on Facebook as well, Susie. So what groups are you on in Facebook so that everyone on Facebook can look you up and chat with you as well?
I'm in all your Crafters Companion groups, Sara.
Do you know what I always...
Companion, Spectrum Noir. I love my tri-blend.
Fabulous. Do you know what I always laugh, Susie? People never seem to have the confidence to maybe post pictures of their cards on their own wall sometimes. Yet once you get into a group and you make friends with everybody else, I don't know about you, but I feel like everybody eggs each other on and says, oh, come on, show me what you've done. And everyone just wants to help each other. That's honestly, this industry is nothing like anything else, because you guys want to make each other feel great and help each other on this journey. And it's just like, I don't know about you, but I spend half an hour a day chatting with everyone in those groups, and it just brings a massive smile to my face.
Me too. I like to post pictures on the Facebook groups when I get stuck. Do I need some gems? Do I need a ribbon?
That's exactly right. So if we're not here, you've always got lots of other sort of crafty friends to turn to. Just before you go, Susie, what's your favourite Crafter's Companion product, if you could pick one?
Oh, how do I pick? I love Create-A-Card dies. I love double-sided dies. I'm really into the birthday flowers and coloring them with my tri-blends right now.
Amazing. Well, it's been so lovely to chat to you, and hopefully you'll keep messaging us, keep sending us in pictures of your finished products, because that's the kind of thing. Now you've become a CTV ambassador, we expect more from you now. We expect more.
And Susie.
I sent a picture of the puppy too.
Oh
yes. We'll have a look.
Right, Susie, you need to get out next. We're going to be working next with the floral spray dyes and decoupage, so you can get them out ready, and we can make this another impromptu craft along, and you can craft along with me through my next demo, and then you can show everyone how you got on.
Thank you, Sarah.
Susie, thank you so much. It's been lovely to chat to you there in New Orleans. A new craft ambassador. And here's the other thing as well. How tidy was her craft room? How tidy? I mean, it was tidy in the shop, wasn't it?
She knew we were coming, Ben. She knew we were coming. So I bet she spent all weekend getting tidied up, ready for... That would be me. My craft room wouldn't like that if you just dropped in for a cup of tea one day. But if I knew you were coming, you could be sure I'd have it spick and span like that.
Oh, just brilliant. And isn't it great that we've got kind of friends all over the world? If you want to put yourself forward, by the way, to be a craft ambassador, you can get in touch with us. Just email the studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and we'll get you on a future Monday Makers, and we'll crown you as a craft ambassador. Wouldn't it be great to have like an ambassador for kind of each of the states in the US and each of the counties here in the UK as well? It's absolutely brilliant, and it's lovely to chat to crafters like Susie, because we see the names popping up on here, and we see the names popping up in the Facebook groups as well, but it's so nice to be able to actually chat to you and put a face to those names as well. So absolutely brilliant. Love the fact that she was crafting along with us as well, which is brilliant. Oh, she's going to keep going. Susie, so I know you're still watching. Yeah, so craft along with the next demo, and then you can send us in your cards by the end of the show as well. The life of a craft ambassador is never easy. Lots of lovely comments still coming in, by the way. Linda saying the CC family is the best. Laurie saying this has been amazing help for me through all of this crazy quarantine. Beth saying, yes, this has been so good during the last year or so. Glad I found CCTV. Mary Pat 1000, the most loving and helpful group I have ever known. And Aisha just saying, Sarah's so right about that, about being able to kind of like post up your own projects. I do not post very much because I get intimidated by the beautiful creative pieces. But Liz is saying, I'm not too confident in sharing my makes, even though those I give my makes to, Cards or the Ultimate Organizer, have really loved them. Thank you so much, CC. I love watching the shows for inspiration, and lots of love coming in for Susie as well. Oh, wow, this is brilliant.
Do you know what? If there's anybody else at home like Susie, who has a Crafter's Companion shop that she sits in, because she's like got all these products. If you've got something like Susie just happened to have the items that I'm using today, I thought it was amazing that she crafted along. And do you know what, Susie? If you want to take photos as well of what you've been doing, you could email us the photos. And if anybody else is doing that, if you happen to think, oh, I've got those, what Sarah's using today, I would love it. You would make my day if you send us pictures, even if you're not finished and it's just a work in progress of how you're getting on, or take like a little selfie of you with your table in here and send us it. That honestly, guys, I'm not kidding, you would make my day seeing that sort of stuff as we're going along crafting. So send it in if you're doing that.
Fantastic. Right, let us crack on, because I tell you what, items have been flying off the shelves since we've been chatting. The Floral Decoupage collection, a third of the stock of that has gone since we've been chatting to Susie. It is a fantastic collection, as you can see. With the full bundle, you can break these down and go for these individually should you want to, but for the full bundle, you get coordinating dies for the decoupage pads that you're going to get. So you've got ease of being able to cut these out and decoupage them up. And then you've got your corresponding stamps to go with these too. So as a bundle, it is absolutely phenomenal. And just to kind of show you, let me show you from the floral spray pad again. So it's really, really super simple. 48 sheets within each of the pads for you just to be able to cut out that decoupage with the corresponding dies. And as I said, even if you've never done it before, it's so simple because every part of this is numbered. And as we saw, the dies correspond so easily to the numbered pieces of decoupage that you've got within the pad. So you're getting a 48-page pad with each of these and the stamps, allowing you to create things like this, for example. You know, whether you're going to be using your foam pads to create the depth and dimension, or your 3D glue, however you do it, it just allows you to make absolute stunners. Like Sarah was saying a little bit earlier on, it makes you look like an absolute professional straight off the bat. You know, you can be doing this in next to no time. As soon as you get this collection home, this one is the beautiful peonies. As soon as you get this collection home, you can start creating cards with the decoupage, with the dimension that we are seeing here. So you're going to get your peony blooms, your floral spray, and also in this collection, you have got the classic rose. Again, look at that, absolutely stunning. It's £41 today. The saving you're making is $36.91 or $55.91. Take another 20% off that if you're a platinum member, and that really does represent huge value for money. And actually, when you see how easy it is to be able to put these cards together and create these decoupage layers, then you know you're going to be making these for all sorts of different collections. Somebody mentioned earlier on, and I meant to mention it, I won't be able to find it now, but someone was saying that they'd actually made some cards from this particular collection and taken it down to their local store, and they were then selling those cards, and they'd done so well they're going to have to go back and make some more to pop more back into the store. I can't remember who that was. I'll try and find it, but that just goes to show you, doesn't it? Within moments, you are crafting like an absolute professional, even if you've never crafted before. Right. Grab this whilst you can. We've got some more demos coming up. Are we back on this collection? You're going to show us more demos?
Indeed. As I just told Susie, I'm going to use the floral spray one this time. So you've got three really different looks. You've got a beautiful rose, gorgeous peony, and then the spray of different florals. All of these will give you a slightly different look. It will give you, they all work really well, the colour palettes though, with my Caring Thoughts collection. So if a lot of you have picked up the Caring Thoughts, want to extend it with more of that decoupage, this is a stupid price today for this collection. Honestly, we would normally, on offer, was $25 for one flower. So the decoupage pad, the stamps and the dies together, $25 was on offer when we launched them. So the fact that for $40, you would expect to be that for £40, sorry, you'd expect to be that for two of these collections, not three of them. Yeah. Right? Honestly, the deal is unbelievable on this. So please, please don't miss out on it while we've got it. Now, I'm going to do this one differently, right? So if you saw the first demo, I did that beautiful floral peony from the first demo, and I did everything kind of concealing the bit underneath, because I'll show you it from the front so you can see a little bit closer. I used can you see, what's the word I'm looking for, Ben? I used the 3D glue gel so that I could transform each one of those to look really rounded. Yeah. What I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to do it what I always call the Craig way, foam pad boy. He likes to do his more traditional. Boy. Well, he is foam pad boy. Just the way that you what's said that line in the song where he uses his foam pads? I think Ben should sing a bit of his song with foam pad boy in. So
it didn't have the line foam pad boy in
it. Foam pad boy. He's totally foam pad boy. Any of you who don't know what we're talking about, Ben sang this amazing song about our crafty Craig, and there's a whole verse in it about how he's a foam pad boy.
Yeah, foam pad. Yeah, foam pad. It's basically goes on about his crafting being not bad. In fact, I think it's totally rad. That's mainly down to his favourite foam pads. That was the
foam pad boy.
Okay, foam pad boy.
I will be glue gel girl.
Glue gel girl. Yeah.
And he can be foam pad boy. Cool. If he was still here, I'd get him in there now to show you that. But he's gone home. He's had enough of us today.
I'm not surprised if he knew you were going to say that.
Right, are you ready? So, anyone who missed the demo earlier on, these are how the dies work. You do get all of this explained in the instruction sheet that comes with it. However, this is what I think is genius, okay? So, you've got number 1 there. You've got the first line here, working out how this die lines up over the top of that is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Whereas all you do is you look for the little number. So there's my little number 1 on here. You can see it kind of sticks out a bit different. There's the number 1 on here. So you just line up the number 1 over the number 1 like that, okay? And then you put that in place and hold it in place with a little bit of tape. So I'm going to do that then. So here's, look at this big piece here. That is number 2, right? So you see number 2 actually cuts out all of that. So instead of those being separate dies, they're going to be separate, but it's going to cut all of these out in one go. So I'll just line all these up then, while you're doing your busy, important presenter job of talking.
Thank you. It was very busy, very important. Yeah, by the way, that song that I did, that song what I wrote, 30,000 views it's had on Facebook. I don't know how many.
That's good. I tell you what, I think we might have watched it 30,000 times in our house. My kids were so into Ben's song
I had to write the words.
that he had to send me the words over so that the kids could sit and learn them last weekend. They really struggle with the line about him being a hotty totty.
Hotty Scotty.
Hotty Scotty totty. It's a little bit fast for them. But other than that, they absolutely, the kids love it. Honestly, Ben.
I've had a lot of messages as well, actually. A lot of people saying that we should do like a crafty album. I've got a potential song in mind for Fiona, also one for Debbie Robinson and one for Jan. So Sara, your name is, because they're all sort of like parody songs, you know, songs that are already out there where we take the music and write lyrics over the top of them. But Sara, yours is a bit more difficult, so I'm still working on a song for you, but I've got some in the pipeline for the others. Maybe we can release like a crafty album at Christmas.
Yeah. You have remembered who actually pays your wages, haven't you, Ben?
Well, I know, but it's not my fault you're called Sara.
Hashtag just a bit of a reminder there. You know, I'm like, no, Craig, and then Fiona's got hers, and Debbie's is coming, and I'm like, yeah. Don't forget the boss over it. No, I think it'd be lovely. We could have a number 1 album track, Ben.
Oh, can you
imagine? Come on. Honestly, somebody's already asked me. I've got to tell you this. Our Charlie asks Alexa to play the Craig song, right? Obviously. It's not on Alexa, but he gets really annoyed when she can't sing it. He'll go, no, that's not it, Alexa, that's not it. Brilliant.
That is awesome.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
I'm gonna get in touch with them and get them to get it on Alexa then. Oh dear.
If it's not an Alexa, it's not real in our house.
Oh, that's so hilarious. I tell you what, if he's asking things like that to Alexa, he's probably like my kids when they get Alexa to do loads of random stuff as well. Do you know what I'm talking about? When they're asking Alexa to do rude things. Do your kids do that as well?
We haven't got there yet.
Oh,
if you see my kids, don't tell them that.
Oh, okay.
Can I just tell you a bit about foam pads, by the way,
on.
right? So, if you've always wondered about foam pads, okay, we do different thicknesses. So, for example, we do different size and also different thicknesses. So if you look at this from the side, you can see there that this one isn't very thick. This one's really thick.
Yeah.
Because this is one of our thicker foam pads on there. So if you want to work, and then let's have a look, this one here, even thicker still, and a slightly larger foam pad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use foam pads on this one just to show you the difference, which means, Ben, I'm going to be slower and you're going to have to talk more.
Well, here we go. So what I was going to do last time before we started talking about my number 1 hit album, which we're going to write, was read some of these comments because there's some lovely comments coming through. On the subject of decoupage, Lisa Banuelos says, I love the decoupage. Used a lot of it this month for birthday cards and Valentine's. I got the sets and auto ship when they were offered on HSN last year. Was not a great fan of decoupage before, but got them anyways. I've made up completed floral sets from the collections and had them saved. They were just the perfect toppers for this month's cards. So glad I got them. I'm in love with decoupage now. I like decoupage. What I love about it, again, is it looks like it's quite therapeutic, isn't it? But also, it's something which is achievable, I think, for everyone. And the results you get are amazing. Lots of love for the channel again today. I think after seeing Susie there, Susan just saying Crafters TV has helped us get through this last year. So much support and inspiration. And Maria Bourgoin on Facebook saying, CCTV, you are all amazing. Found CCTV in the first lockdown. You have kept me going. I'm learning so much. Me and my children love watching the shows. We'll love to meet you all one day. That's what I want to do more than anything, is get the world back to normal so that we can because you must do trips across there, Sara, don't you?
Yep.
Go to the States and stuff. Can I come on one when the world's back to normal? Take me.
Do you want to come and carry my bags, do you?
What
It's a lot more hard work than what you'd realise. Our producer Johnny's been, he'll tell you how hard work it is. So you think it's just all fun, you know, you're just carrying the bags for us. Yeah, but actually there's a lot of work goes on behind the scenes of the HSN show day.
I didn't say to come over for the jolly. I'll come over and I'll do whatever you want me to do, Sara, you know, pretty much. Just I've always wanted to go. I've only been to the States once on my honeymoon and never been back, so any excuse to get over there would be good. I'll carry your bags if you want me to carry your bags.
There you go. You all heard it here. You all heard the offer here, right? Look at this. Do you know, it's actually been a bit quicker. I never do foam pads. This was me kind of entertaining what our Craig does, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to make the effort to show everybody the two different ways you could do it.
So it's foam pads or chunky glue, right?
Foam pads, chunky glue, as our Debbie would say. Chunky glue. I can't even do Debbie's accent.
Chunky glue, she goes, aye, I'm going to use chunky glue for my decoupage. Give me chunky glue.
Is what she says.
I don't use foam, 3D foam, that's Craig.
That's just what she sounds like as well. It's brilliant.
Give me glue, what am I like?
Look at that. So can you see the difference though between doing that with the 3D foam pads and if I put this one down here where we use chunky glue? Oh no, you were brilliant looking at it from the front. So I'm going to put it back to the front so you can see it from the front. There is chunky glue. There is foam pad city. So our foam pad boy, let's go back to this, right? Foam pad boy would be a fan of this one, right? But glue gel girl, all about this one. But guys, we are here to be inclusive. Let us know in the comments, are you foam pad boy or are you glue gel girl? Which one are you? Are you a big fan of Craig's way or mine and Debbie Robinson? Chunky glue. Can I do it? I can't do it. It's going to be disastrous.
Michelle's just put on here, Debbie can be chunky glue girl, which I just think is brilliant. Foam pad boy, says Susan. Craig has so many titles, I love it. And Lynn says, Sara, you're Sara Scissorhands, the quickest cutter in the land.
Yes, yeah, do you know that is right? And Ben, I hope that makes the song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In fact, do you know what? You can start now giving Ben some top tips for his lines for any of us, right? Seeing as he's struggling a little bit.
All right. Okay. Sara Scissorhands. Carol is saying, "Oh Ben, my hubby loves that song." Oh, here we go. Faye, I would totally buy that album. And Astrid on Facebook saying, "Ben, Sara, she's such a starer. You can't ignore her. She'll go farer." The first line of the song. See what I'm saying? It doesn't really.
Yeah, I mean, interesting concept there.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep working on that, should we?
Yeah. To be fair, Astrid, it's further than I've gone with my rhyming for a song.
Right. Are you ready for us to show you? I've kind of cut ahead. I was keeping this bit a little bit simpler for the card because I've got loads more demos I want to get through. Don't forget, I'm going to be coming up to do that box later on in the show. Yeah. And also, I've got another demo I'd love to get done with our amazing double-sided dies. Ooh. I had another demo I wanted to do with our rotation. So let's see if we can, how much we can fit in on that. But that is coming up at the end of the show as well. A little bit of a sneak preview ahead of Leanne's show this week, right? So what I've done is, I've just got this already laid up. This is from our watercolour florals pad, Ben. How gorgeous and how nice to do this type of card, where it's shorter at the front than what it is at the back. But I've taken one of the 12 by 12 pieces, cut it smaller, and then cut a smaller one to go on the front. And can you see I've just edged it a little bit with a little bit of ink round the outsides. So to kind of bring all that together, what I've got is, I've got just nice and simple, You're in My Thoughts. I've done one of our, from the Caring Thoughts collection, and I'm going to put that in the middle here. So I've got a You're in My Thoughts there, and I've ran it through the Xyron to make it nice and sticky, so that, oh, don't you go down there, yep, you're going down there, you're going to be on the Wonka bit, right? So You're on My Thoughts, down to the bottom, Thoughts, right, there we go. And then where's my, Your needs the apostrophe, right? You're in My Thoughts. And then on the front, I'm just going to keep it so simple. I'm just going to go with this on the front of here, just even coming slightly over the edge here. And I'm going to use that 3D glue gel so that it gets kind of stuck on with a little bit of raised upness, but not very much. So it's going kind of right in the centre. Oh, amazing. And then just, all I've done is taken a nice simple bow. Yeah. And I've just got a little bit of tape on the back of here, and I'm just going to put this down on the bottom. I've kept the cards really simple in terms of what else is going on, because it really doesn't need that much. But that, I thought, was really simple, but very, very effective, because the decoupage speaks volumes on its own. The decoupage here is that critical key bit, which is so easy to do but looks so incredibly effective, and I wanted you to see the difference in the kind of two techniques as to how you would deliver it. Whichever way though, the pricing on that 3-pack of the decoupage, you know, just go and buy the singles if you want, just stock up on more of the pads, whatever it is, but that 3 set, if you don't have this decoupage, it's ridiculous the price to get it at today. Honestly, it is. It's like a cartload show parading as a Monday Makers, the way I was looking at it.
Yeah, it really is. And I tell you what, do you know what? Normally, I think on a show there's like one particular star. There's kind of like your headline act, and then there's like a few sort of like things that bubble underneath. On this show, the decoupage set is amazing. That's flying out the door. Your rotation stamps, they're flying out the door. Then you've also got your creator card flying out the door as well. We'll recap on a few of those in just a second. By the way, on the front of Glue Gel Girl or Foam Pad Boy, Susan says, I teeter back and forth between chunky glue and foam pads. Whichever is closer at hand tends to win. Glue Gel Girl, says Yolanda, but I do enjoy using foam pads from time to time. Definitely foam pads for me, like Craig, says Mary. For Holiday says, Glue Girl here, give me a little wiggle room when placing, don't see the white edge.
Yes.
Gwenda, I'm with the foam pads for now, but waiting for my 3D glue to come and then I'll decide. Maureen says, I love the chunky glue for all decoupage. Loving the show, Ben and Sara. Learning lots, thank you. And Pam just saying, Sara, that album, the one we haven't written yet, could be used for the charity fundraiser this year.
Time scale on it now, Ben.
Pressure is on. Luckily, I'm going back home today, so I'll get in the studio. I'll get creating, shall I? In my studio, listen to me. It's a tiny cupboard off the back of my lounge. It makes me sound like I live in a mansion. It's like the tiniest little cupboard you've ever seen. My kids have thrown all of their toys in there, and I've literally got about that much room with a little microphone. But we'll call it a studio. Right, you are going to get your pop-out numbers. We're going to see these a little bit later on. This is the full collection. You're going to get 2 paper pads with this as well. Have I got these down here? I don't know if I have. But you're definitely going to get these numbers, and these are awesome. So listen, if you're wanting to do the craft along on Friday, this coming Friday with Leanne, now is the time to grab these. As Sara said, if you're in the UK, you should get these in time. US, can't promise that they will be there. But listen, the point about the craft along is that you can craft along live. Of course you can. So get these now so that you've got them to craft along live should you want to on Friday. However, it's not as if the craft along is going to disappear after we've done it on Friday. It will be there for you just to come back to whenever you should wish, so you can craft along in your own time. But I love these for personalisation, for being able to kind of, you know, do whatever age it might be. We always see cards for 18, 21, these kind of, you know, coming of age ages. But what about if you've got somebody who is, I don't know, 67, someone who's 58, you've got the ability to totally personalise. And how great is this concept of having those numbers pop up, pop out, whether you've got them inside the card, on the outside of the card. They're just awesome. And once again, and you'll know this by now, you're getting the gist of this, I'm sure. This isn't a difficult concept to do. Everything has been done in the dice for you, if you like, to be able to create these standout numbers. Look at that, just awesome. You're going to get all of your numbers in there, and 2 paper pads included as well. So we can show you the pads that you're going to get. £80 or $99 is the deal on this one. Again, you're saving $19.95 or $25.75. You've got your brights and your pastels, so 36 sheets within each of those, and all of that included, as I say, for £80 or $99. Great time to get it, as we said, ahead of the craft along, which is coming up on Friday. Right. Next, time to show you. There's so much on this show. It is like a cutlet. It's not those, the Monday Makers. Right, it is time for your Monday Mega Deal. Deal. If it's storage you're after, this is flipping brilliant. Yeah, if you are someone who's got stuff all over the place and you need to store it, get this. So you get your folder, you get your binder. You can label it up like we've done here, Leanne's Bits and Bobs. Like the fact that you've got your little hole in there too. So if you've got loads of these lined up on the bookshelf, you can label them. You know, if you're keeping particular collections together, nice and easy to get off the bookshelf. But then look inside, you've got loads and loads of room. Ring binder design in here, so nice and super sturdy, because I can imagine these are going to get heavy. And we're also bunging into the deal your insert as well, which gives you one insert, so 10 pockets if you like, to be able to pop in all sorts, and we're also going to give you 10 magnetic sheets included with this too. So great storage as we're seeing here for your stamps. The fact that you've got the magnetic storage in there, of course, is great for the fact if you've got dies, particularly the smaller ones, because these pockets, as you can see, great for those smaller stamps, those smaller dies that do tend to get a little bit lost. You've got the magnetic sheet to pop there into the pocket to keep everything nice and safe. Also great if you have got little bits and pieces as far as your gems are concerned, or your ribbons, as we're seeing here. It just keeps everything nice and all together. Someone was asking earlier on, how many of these do you reckon you could get into the folder? I mean, that is a good question. I suppose it depends how big you fill the pockets up, really. But you're going to get a lot in. I mean, there's three in there for illustration purposes so far, and as you can see, there is plenty more room. But as I say, I suppose it depends how many things you put into the pockets, really. But it's nice and big, nice and sturdy. It is flipping brilliant. 23 or 33 is the deal on that one, saving 20% off the usual price. Take another 20% off if you are a Platinum member. Right, you've been sending in your pictures. Earlier on, by the way, the show kind of disappeared for a bit, didn't it? And I think it's because of the amount of pictures that we've had in today. Blew the system up. Oh, are you kidding me?
Blew the system up.
With the pictures that were coming in, I asked for pictures of cats and dogs because of the Nitwit Positivity collection that we were doing, and of course it crashed the system because literally everybody was like, I'm going to show my dog, I've got the best dog, I've got the best cat. And this is Susie's dog, Susie, who was on before. Oh, look.
Oh, Molly is lovely.
Look at little Molly. Oh, she is super cute. What sort of dog is she? Oh, you need to let me know, Susie. She is so cute. I love that. Look at her little face.
Oh, and look at this next one.
I know.
Liz.
This is what you were after, wasn't it?
This Liz. That's Liz Reese Pedler, isn't it?
I know.
I recognise that face anywhere. Liz, I love it. Look at her. She's got the iPad propped up. She's got the decoupage in front of her. She's taking the selfie just like I said. Liz, gold star for you there. Fantastic picture. It's wonderful to see you as well, me dear. Big kisses for Liz.
I think Liz was one of my first guests, I think, on my very first craft house, I want to say. Yeah,
Liz's
absolutely.
daughter works in our Evesham store.
Ah, okay.
She's lovely. What a day. And I've met Liz a couple of times when I've been at our Evesham store for demo. She's just so lovely.
I love the setup in there, Liz, as well. All very organised, nice and smart, and loads of crafters goodies in there too. Christine McCrone, thank you for sending this in. Now, this is one of the double-sided dies, isn't it?
What a great idea, Christine. Doing like a goal with the background of the creator card. Oh, she's done a couple of lovely ones, Christine. Look at this one as well.
Oh, wow.
Very fancy, Christine. Oh, I'm going to be doing another demo with that in a minute, Christine, actually.
Absolutely brilliant. Keep those pictures coming in. Thank you so much for all of these. What a great show. Do you know what? There are comments coming in that I just cannot keep up with. Lots of chat still about Glue Girl or Foam Pad Boy. We've had Chunky Glue Girl as well for Debbie, and Caroline Hanley says neither. Tape Pen Leanne. Oh, they're getting loads thrown into the mix here. Loads of love coming in for all of the demos. The pop-up word dies as well are being mentioned in the chat. I got the pop-up word dies the other day from the warehouse sale. I got 2 of them. I used one yesterday to make a Valentine's card. It's the first time ever I use them, and I really love them. I have them now. I have to have the pop-up numbers. Yes, Eleanor, get the pop-up numbers ahead of the craft along coming up this Friday. Shirley says, please don't forget the numbers box, Sarah. It's coming up. We will be doing that. Do not worry. And Sally Bond on Facebook saying, Sarah sure can craft at speed. She has all the things we need. Oh, this is another lyric. We see a new collection on a show, then it's fastest finger, go, go, go.
I love it. Ben, you might have a bit of competition.
I think
tell you what, you might have a bit of competition. If you guys can write the word lyrics for Ben, because he's struggling, my song might get up there a little bit. Like, it might get ahead of the Fiona and the Debbie ones that he's already got mulling around here. So, come on, guys, relying on you.
Right. We have only got 25 minutes remaining, and I think by my count, you've got at least 2 more demos to show.
Yes, yeah, I'm going to do another quick one. The thing is, while you've got such a phenomenal deal on the buy 2, get 4 free. I thought it was a shame not to, because you know I love a good butterfly card as well. So I'm going to do a nice, quick and simple one, and then leave plenty of time to do my amazing, elaborate box with the pop-out numbers at the end of the show, okay? Oh, I love a good Monday Makers. So all sorts we can cover, right? So here we go, right? I'm going to get this die out, and it's just like I taught you before, Ben, okay? So one is quite simple. and one is quite detailed, right? So what you'll find is the one that's going to cut out just a little bit, this is the colour that goes in the background. So for that, I'm choosing the lighter of the two shades, right? And then for the one that's a bit more detailed, I'm going with the darker purple. So I always like to choose two shades of the same colour. Different people might do it different ways, but I find that works really, really well to give it like a nice professional finish.
Yeah.
And this textured cardstock is fabulous. This is the one I'm going to be using in my demo a little bit later as well for that lovely box. Then, remember your die sandwiches in between your paper. Your paper sandwiches in between your double-sided die plates, and then they sandwich in between your regular two double-sided plates, and then they are all going to go through your Gemini. And I've switched to the Gemini now because I had the Gemini Junior before. Now I've got the large Gemini, but I'm still using the Junior plate so that you can see it will work with whichever one you want to do, okay? Now, when I lift this off, Ben, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and lift this like this. I was going to try and leave it so that I didn't have as much popping out to do. I'm just being a little bit lazy. I'm not being lazy. I'm just trying to expedite the crafting, okay?
You've got a lot to get in the last 20 minutes, haven't you?
A lot to get in. So there's the first one, right? And then I will give this a little bit of a tap and then lift that one. Oh, look, do as I say, not as I do, right?
Yeah.
And I said don't tap your dies on the end like that, right?
That wasn't a tap either.
Not least, you'll get Leanne coming round looking for you, right? Now, all these little butterflies, you can keep these because you'll use those to decorate your card with. Now, in the interest of speed, here's the ones where I've sat and popped. You can see all those are going to pop out, aren't you? But here's the one where I've popped out the bits.
Yep.
So, you're going to use that dotty tape pen, Ben, and go all the way around the outside first. So around the outside like this, and then in between all those pieces. And what I want you to do is to get a really good stick with your dotty tape pen. You can really go to town over the back of the whole thing, because that will then stick. You're going to line it up exactly in that corner. I just think these look fabulous when they're made up. I mean, look at that, right?
Awesome.
Now, to do that 4-3 layer effect,
Yeah.
what I've got here is I've got a piece of blue cardstock.
Okay.
So I'm going to layer that onto the blue cardstock. Look how that makes it pop.
Yeah.
So what I'm using is a contrast colour in the background. And if any of you have seen any of my work on kind of colour theory, you'll understand how we arrive at like the contrast colours. So watch what I do. I just line that up over top of the contrast
Jumps
colour.
off, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Just makes it pop a
Yeah.
lot better.
Yeah.
And then actually, just to make this, I'm just going to kind of trim this, and I'm rushing here. You won't be rushing when you're doing yours at home, okay? But then to make it all glittery, you can take your sparkle pen and kind of just give it a nice little glittery dusting over the top. Or if it's not your sparkle pen, you could use like one of our sparkle sprays and do all of that. So if you take that sparkle pen spray all over the top as it was, right? Then all I've got this, and I was going to layer this up on top of another piece here of the glitter card. So I think that looks quite nice. Let's have a little look. I haven't quite cut my glitter card to the right size, but watch all you're going to do here. You're going to take that all the way around the outside. I've been really tight in gutting my card here as well. So I'm going to lay that down there.
Just whilst you're sticking that, we obviously know that we can use these double-sided dies in the Gemini and also the Junior. Jacqueline's just asking, can you put these, will these go through the MIDI?
The MIDI, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they will. Good point, actually. Really good point there. Look at that. That's going to line up lovely on the front of there. So I'm just kind of doing this one at pace because I wanted you to see how quick and easy it was to do a really simple but effective card. And then again, I've just kind of, because when I was getting ready for this show, I was trying to keep it nice and simple. All I've done is, on my ultimate, a couple of really nice bows all the time to finish off all those cards. And then actually the one that I'd done, just to add a sentiment, I'd used one of our swash stamps.
Oh, yeah.
Just to say, and then, you know, I said add those little butterflies that pop out.
Yeah.
All those ones that I was pushing to the side like this, they're all going to come in handy and line up just to finish that off. So it's another nice, quick and simple one.
Yeah.
But honestly, $49.98 for 6, which are all double-sided. So that's really 12 dies. ridiculous price today. Now I'm going to get tidied up and ready because I'm going to get ready to do my lovely box card, so give us a minute.
We will, certainly. The swash stamps, by the way, if you check back on Craft File earlier on, not the butterfly ones, but we've got they were the love ones, the love swash stamps you got in a 3-for-2 bundle. I think it was you paid for the 2 quick dry inks and you got a swash stamp for free, so definitely worth having a look. As I mentioned, our freebie frenzy is on the website all week long, so if you're looking to get awesome value for money like you're getting on this show, 3-for-2s on selected lines, so do have a look. Right, just quickly show you, you've got the idea of this now as to how these work. The deal is amazing. You're going to get with this collection your opulent tiles right here, so you've got that patented technology, as we said. As long as you've got your double-sided plates to use these, you are away, and what a saving for you today. If the only reason that you've never bought these before is because, do you know what, you think, I can't stretch to that price tag, what a deal today. I honestly don't think you'll get a better chance than this. This one here, of course, is your gorgeous butterfly kaleidoscope. Once again, you've seen how easy it is to be able to achieve this glorious finished look. Then is your decadent deco. I think we saw that one on the one that Christine sent in. That was certainly one of the ones we saw on the card which she sent us a little bit earlier on. Then you've got this gorgeous, the stargazing. Once again, 1 pass through, 2 cuts, gives you this awesome layered effect. You've got a card there straight away in next to no time. The gorgeous hearts, lots of love. Again, perfect for your birthdays, perfect for, again, when Valentine's rolls around. If you're looking to send some love, you've got that there with your lots of love collection. And then your retro floral. Again, we saw this one right at the start of the show. If you want to see the demo on that Sarah did, you can obviously watch the show back a little bit later on. But whilst this is an amazing collection, whilst this is patented technology, it is a fantastic deal today. $39.98. Platinum members, that comes down under £40 for you if you're shopping with us here in the UK. $39.98, $47.92 is the deal on that as well if you're shopping in the States. Now, we've been talking about shopping ahead as far as those pop-up numbers are concerned because we've got the craft on. Get this in your diary. If you've already got the pop-out number dies, join Leanne and Joe for the craft along this coming Friday, the 19th of Feb, 1 p.m. UK time, 8 a.m. Eastern. These are brilliant. I had the absolute pleasure of hosting the first craft along with Craig just a few weeks ago, and it's brilliant. I think a lot of you find, the shows that we do here, we craft along at a nice pace, but sometimes because of, we want to get so much in, the guys will sort of go, oh, this is what I did, but then here's one I made earlier. Craft along is basically taking you through all the steps of the process to be able to do something. So it's done step by step at a pace where you can, guess what? Craft along. And the great thing is, if you can't join us on Friday, you'll be able to watch the show back and craft along at your leisure at a time to suit as well. Lots of lovely comments still coming in. Thank you for all of the help coming through with the songwriting, by the way. Ben, says Laurie, talking about Sara's song, you may want to mention how she wears a hard hat during the warehouse sales. And of course, you wear a hard hat, do you?
I do, yes. Well, it depends. If I've got straight hair like this, I wear a hard hat. If I've spent ages curling my hair, no hard hat's going anywhere near this head. Okay,
well, good. You also might want to mention, of course, her buy one,
you get one free. Or in this case, you buy 2, you get 4 free. Even better deal.
Exactly right. Michelle says, Sara turns things into gold, especially when gilding wax takes hold. And Ben, here's a line for Sara's song. Our dear George wouldn't dare to show the top of Sara's hair until she's had to sit in her hairdresser's chair.
That's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, that's got to be a line in the song. That's totally got to be a line in there.
Oh, George, I love this. We got Charlotte as well pressing the buttons today, by the way, in the gallery.
Because that's all Charlotte does. She presses the odd few buttons, Ben. That's all
no, but
she
you
does.
know what I mean. She's on the little joystick with a little button. Pew, 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 pew,
do you know what we'll have to do is one of Craig's wake up call morning shows. We'll go live in the gallery and just show you how many buttons it is that poor Charlotte has to press when we're on these shows.
Can we, on one of Craig's wake up calls, can we do a job swap?
Oh, that could be dangerous. Well, how do you think, who's going to keep us live on air, Ben? If we actually job swap and get these people in backstage to come in here, how are we going to keep them on air? Because I don't know about you, but I wouldn't know which buttons to press.
But we could have a little behind the scenes thing where we get a bit of training, so we could train up those guys to do a bit of this, and they could train us up to do a bit of that, and then we could, even if it's just like a little 5-minute segment, to press a few.
I can see an idea from you know where he's at. Right.
Craft along with Leanne. You've got it in your diaries now. I can see you all going, put it in my diary, put it as a reminder. That is going to be brilliant. So get this collection today, all right? Then, as we said, if you're in the US, you might not get it by Friday, but the great thing is that Craft Along will still be there for you. Here in the UK, grab it today, hopefully get it to you by Friday. You can then get Crafting Along on the show, but Sara has got some, one more demo to show you and some finished samples too. What I love about this again is it's one of those things you look at it first off and go, that looks really, really difficult to do, but the dies do all of the hard work for you, don't they, Sara?
They do, and you know, I know there's already hundreds of you planning to join this Craft Along because we did the launch show, Ben, and we asked people to kind of sign up for the Craft Along there and then. So please, I'm going to put the details of where you email us. So you can email us directly in the studio. If you've already made any cards with the pop-out numbers, start emailing us them to this email address now and put in the subject line, pop-out numbers. And then we'll be able to feature your cards on Leanne's show. These are the two classes that she's going to do 2 Craft Along with yous, okay? She's going to teach you all how to do the very basics where you pop up the numbers inside. So you don't have to do 28. You can do any number you want.
Yeah.
So what you're going to need is you're going to need basically some plain cardstock, right? And you're going to need some white cardstock. And she will walk you through how to do this technique. And then also, this is my favourite type of card to do with the pop-out numbers, where it pops out on the front like this, Ben. So again, it folds flat to go in the envelope, but then it's going to pop out into the number on the front. So again, all you're going to need is you're going to need some beautiful, these are our pearl cardstocks. I think they're wonderful to work with. But you're going to need some about 12 by 12 cardstock, and then you're going to need some patterned cardstock to kind of do your decoration. You don't have to do exactly these colours, but these are the 2 techniques you're going to learn with Leanne in that live Craft Along on Friday. Then she's also going to teach you some more advanced techniques. Do you want me to give you a little sneak preview of some things? So these are some of the things that she's going to, because she's got all the cards ready, right? There's no way she can get all of these done, so let her know which ones you would like to see, right? This is doing a 3D box. So this isn't a Craft Along, folks. She's going to do the first half of the show as a Craft Along, and the second half of teaching you how to do some really advanced cards. I suggested she'd show everybody how to do this one here, because I think this is really nice, like a card with a step in, with the step and the number on the front. So she's planning to try and teach that one. When we did the launch, Ben, we did promise people that we'd show them how to off-centre the step like this.
Yes.
So she's got an off-centre step. There's no way she's going to get all of these done in the show. She's got an off-centre step. And then also a big box card as well. So a big box like this. So like a 75, the box would stand up like this on the front. I mean, 4 fantastic cards, but bear in mind she's only got half a show to do them because she's going to be doing the live Craft Along for the other half. You let us know of these ones here, which ones are you most excited to see, okay? And then she can plan her show from there. I'm sure we'll get a chance to do the other ones in some other shows, seeing as she's got them all prepared now, but that's what she's going to show you. But what I'm going to show you, because I love boxes, so I thought, right, I'm going to show everybody how to do the box. So this is what we're going to do now. The box folds up and has a lovely top, like, can you see, like this. So I'm going to show you how to do the box with the lid.
Yeah.
But then when it opens, it explodes so that you get just that 90 in the centre. So this is the bit, 46 minutes into the show, folks, where you're going to record the show and kind of come back to it, or save this in your favourites. I want to see people making these cards even ahead. If you've done this before Friday, send pictures into the show on Friday, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to need to start with some white cardstock, some 12 by 12. It doesn't have to be white. I'm using white for my base, right? So you're going to start with 12 by 12. And what we're going to do, Ben, is we're going to come in with your scoring tool, and I want you to score all 4 sides at 4 inches. So this is to make the outer box 12 by 12, scoring all 4 sides at 4 inches, right? Then what you're going to do is you're going to take these and you're going to cut away the 4 corners like this, all right? So Sara Scissorhands to the rescue here.
Sara Scissorhands.
You might want to do this with like a craft knife and a pencil. You're going to cut away 4 corners, but one of them, I want you to leave like a little gluing flap on like this, right? So you leave a little gluing flap because we're going to attach one of the corners completely. So if you do all 4 sides there and leave one little gluing flap, that's what it's going to look like, yeah? So 12 by 12 and you're leaving a gluing flap. That is going to attach in, and there's the kind of outer part of our box made, right? Now we just need to do the inner parts. So for that, you're going to use 2 sheets of kind of corresponding colour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with, right, I've got the nice dark purple, and then I'm going to bring it in and contrast it with like the nice light lilac thing, right? And we're going to get the paper trimmer out, Ben. Now, for the lighter colour, right? So for the lilac, I want you to cut this to 7.5 inches.
Okay.
All right? And I wanted to do this right from the beginning so everybody could see exactly how to do it. So 7.5 inches, and you're going to cut that to 7.5 inches square, all right? And then with the darker shade, I want you to cut this one to 7 3/4. So it's a little bit bigger because this is your matte and layer, all right? So 7 3/4 there. And then the same here, 7 3/4.
Okay.
So there's all of our cutting done, and you'll see these are going to form. So to go on the inside here, they're going to go inside this piece here. So these fall down as flaps, and you can use your leftover pieces. Don't get rid of these, obviously. These are going to form your mats and layers to go on the base. But you need that one, and then this one that's kind of coming in the middle. Now, start off scoring your mid one here, right? So 7.5 inches. I'm going to bring my scoring tool in here, and I'm going to score this at 3 3/4, right? So it's 7.5, we're going to 3 3/4, and we're going to score down there, all right? Turn it around, 3 3/4, score down there as well, all right? And then exactly the same as what we did before, we're going to, where have I put my scissors? Oh, here they are, right? You're going to cut this part here, Ben.
Uh-huh.
And then this one here, we're going to leave a little gluing flap at the top like this, right? So there's our lilac one.
Yep.
And then we're going to do exactly the same with the darker purple, right? Only this one, we're going to score 3 5/8. So 3.5, then that will be 3 5/8, right? So 3 5/8, and you're going to do exactly the same sort of thing, 3 5/8, and the large square that's in the corner, you're going to cut that away.
Yeah.
And cut the extra piece on the edge, right?
Yes.
Everybody happy? Everybody following so far?
Yes.
Yep.
Got a big yes in the gallery as well. Johnny's
yes.
happy. Which
Right.
is always
Brilliant. Right. Now we're ready to do the bit with the numbers.
Yeah.
So get your lilac piece. Right. Here we go. I've got my lilac piece here that I've done all my folding on, and I'm going to get the numbers out. Right. So I've done this for a 90th birthday.
Yeah.
So I want the 9 and the 0. Okay. And now here's the trick behind all of these work. Can you see on that 9, you've got these 2 little notches that come in here. Yep.
Oh yes, got you.
Yep. So those 2 little notches, I want you to line up over where that fold line is. Yep. So the 9 and the 2 little notches lined up where the fold line is. And then I want you to hold this in place with a little bit of tape. Just try and take the sticky off it so it's not too sticky here, right? There's my 9. And the 0, we're going to do exactly the same there. Can you see my score line runs through the middle?
Yep.
And I've got my 2 little notches there. So I'm doing exactly the same there, putting the 2 little notches, and then I'm just going to get my Gemini plate and we'll run that through the Gemini, which means it's a good time if I need to take any questions, Ben.
Well, I tell you what, more so than the questions, there's loads of just great comments coming in, and lots of people commenting on this show particularly about how informative it has been. Susie T's just come back to us as well. Susie, who we spoke to, our craft ambassador, thank you so much, Ben and Sara, for the chat. Thank you, Johnny and Charlotte, for making me feel so comfortable, even whilst talking to myself or my TV. I do that all the time, Susie, to be honest with you. Ben. Rosalind says, Ben, can you ask Sarah, why doesn't she score on the large guillotine?
I could score on the large guillotine. It's just I like to use my scoring tool, as that's what it's there for.
Okay.
Let's have a little look. So there's my 9. This is, see, when you won't be rushing quite as much, and there's the 0,
awesome.
right? Now, watch this, okay? So this, Ben, this is when you can just go over those score lines quite nicely, right? You're going to score just through there. And this part here.
Yeah.
And then exactly the same, this part here, and through
It's
there.
either side of it, isn't
Right.
it? Not through the number, yeah.
And then all you're doing is you're going to fold this in, right, and then fold that up and that in as well. So can you see that kind of all folds into place with that 9 just sticking up perfectly?
Yeah.
So that goes in, yep, and then the 9, and then this comes out. So there is my 0, there is my 9, and you can see that we've got that 9 and the 0 kind of standing proud against the others. Now, honestly, don't be frightened, folks, if you want to give this a full fold over and a bit of a crease, because you want them, there you go, it's going to stand. You want it to stand so that when the whole card opens up, it's not going to kind of fall into place, right? And then this part here, do you know, I'm really upset with myself for getting a little bit, can you see I've torn my paper. Don't worry, just in case that happened, we're live on Crafters TV, folks. I always like to have one just in case.
Always a backup.
Right? So there we go. They're going to fold up nicely.
Yeah.
And then this here, you're going to put a little bit of tape on there, and that is going to fold up into this part here. So there is that wonderful corner part for my box, right? Now that, I want to go into the purple part that we had, right? So I've got the purple part here, and I'm going to use, this time, just to have all that held in place nicely, Ben, I'm going to stick all of these in place, and I'm going to do that with my, what's the word I'm looking for?
All-purpose.
Yes, right. Do you know what you could do while I'm doing the sticking, Ben?
Yeah.
Do you need me to get, you've got all my cards that I made.
You know what, I was just literally just about to say, yeah, we've got them all there, haven't we? Can we see, if we get Charlotte to have a look at them, look at me, can't run to walk across the studio. Charlotte, can you just have a look, get the picture? Come on, Charlotte, press some buttons.
Press those buttons, Charlotte, just get over here, get them, that's shot for him directing from the floor.
She loves me, really. So which is your favourite? We're going to show you all of these. I think she does, anyway. I think she does.
You want to hope she does, otherwise she'll get some really dodgy looking shots off you, Ben.
I know. So here are the cards then that we've had from the show. Just let us know which is your favourite. So we'll say number 1 was the first creator card, wasn't it?
Yes, number 1 was this one here, the Z Fold.
Oh, sorry, the Z Fold card. Let's call that number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2,
you could just call it Z Fold.
Number 2, we'll call the creator card there, which Sarah's got holding up. Number 3 was the next floral decoupage card.
Yep.
That was 3.
Number 4 was the butterfly one.
4 was the butterfly.
And I haven't finished my number 5 one, which will be the box when I get it finished.
Well, think about the finished sample that we've already got at the boxes. It will be as awesome as that when Sarah does it. So that could be number 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So 1 for the Z Fold, 2 for the first creator card, 3 for the floral bouquet, 4 for the butterflies, and 5 for the box. Let us know. Get those votes in like literally in the next 2 minutes really, because we've only got 4 minutes left on the show. Ooh. I don't know where the time has gone today, but vote. Right.
Well, don't worry, I'm getting on really, really well. So I've stuck the back of the box in there, right? And then I'm going to use that this again. I'm just putting plenty of this on all 3 corners, because I find, especially working back to front upside down for the camera, I've got that little bit of manoeuvrability. So I've just manoeuvred this whole thing into place. Yeah. And then any excess glue, I can just kind of rub away. So again, that's into place there, rubbing away this excess glue. Now that for me is the kind of clever bit that you all wanted to see, how to do that box into the corner. And then just to finish it off, all I did was, using some of our lovely pearlescent card, I used these 2 pieces and I cut the 9 and the 0 again into that, Ben, and then cut them off. And when you cut off the fold piece, you basically get left with the 9 and the 0, and I'm going to stick these over top of our numbers here, and literally just doing a little bit of matting and layering on here.
Do you have to, like, you know, the flaps that fall down when you open the box up, do you have to kind of add a few layers to those to make sure that they
have the weight to fall? You do indeed.
Good.
So there we go, I've got my 9 and my 0 on here. Yeah. And then what I'm going to do is, I've got these all ready. I've done my matting and layering ready. So I've just got here, and look what I've done. I've matted and laid a piece of that lovely cardstock onto here too. Yeah. So that again, you've got plenty of weight, and also fold them backwards and forwards kind of on themselves, on each other. Yeah. Can I just say as well, wasn't this a lot easier to do than what you thought it was going to be when I showed you it? Once you've done that number, And it's so, like any double-digit number, it's going to work in exactly the same way.
Yeah.
And just want to make sure you get all that stuck really, really well down, especially if you're using that glue gel. There's my 9 and my 0. Then I've just got done a little happy birthday stamped. So I'm going to pop that on the front there, and I like it to look all kind of 3D'd up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put a massive globule of glue gel up here, and then 2 small ones down here.
Michelle's just said, can you imagine selling these? You could charge a fortune.
Oh.
They're nowhere in any stores. No stores have these, says Michelle. They're just
Totally
something
different.
really different, aren't
Totally
they?
unique.
Yeah.
Do you want me to quickly show you how to do the lid, seeing as we've only got a couple of minutes left?
Okay, yeah.
So for the lid, what you're going to do is you're basically going to make a lid for a 4-inch box. So I wanted my lid 1/2 inch deep. So I did the 4 inches plus a 1/2 inch either side. So I basically went at 5 inches square plus a tiny little bit. And then I scored all 4 sides on the box lid side. So this box is exactly 4 inches wide. And I just did 4 inches in whatever depth you want on the lid. So really simple. So if you wanted a lid that was 1 inch deep, you would start off with a 6x6 piece of card, just ever such a smidgen lighter.
Yeah.
And that 6x6 piece of card, but a little bit bigger, would give you the lid that was a tiny bit.
Do you know what the most impressive thing for me is? I know you've done a little bit of here's what I made earlier, but you've made this in, less than 15 minutes.
Yeah. So producer Johnny left me the most advanced card of the show and 15 minutes to do it, right? So I think we've pretty much got that into place, though. I mean, there's just all I need to do is stick them last couple of bits down. But the important thing is that folds up into the box.
Yeah.
And the lid goes on top of here. The only thing I haven't got done is literally to stick these bits of cardstock around the outside. But when you lift it off, there you go. We had the weight on the bottom
Boom.
for it to drop into place. And then all I've got literally, Ben, is a couple of bits of die cut started along the top. If I just show you the finished one, and to be honest, I loved displaying it like this on top of one of these. I mean, that. And then again, so you close it all up. Right, and we're going to put the lid on, so we've got this really impressive looking box.
Yes.
But then you lift the lid off the box and
Love
they
it.
just fall down there, straight in front of you. That is just one of the advanced cards that you can be doing with the number. The numbers are, once you've got them, the world's your oyster. And honestly, that show that you've seen the demos that Leanne's got planned for Friday. What a show that's going to be, Ben. It's going to be absolutely off the charts. Make sure you've got everything you need to craft along, so you just need some large cards. So you need some large, thick cardstock, like our pearl cardstock would be perfect. Scoring tool to go with it. Your Gemini out, and then some pretty patterned paper. And these are the 2 cards she's going to make with you live. But then you can go back and watch where I showed you all the cards she's going to walk you through as well.
Absolutely brilliant. We are out of time. What a show. Just before we go, make sure you get this deal. The winning card, if I was a betting man, I'd have said that box order one all ends up. It came a close second to your Z Fold card, which is the demo of the show.
So my box gets to go on the wall. Right, I'm going to finish and titivate and put the last few bits on it then.
Amazing. Listen, thank you all so much for all of your lovely comments. Grab these deals. Make sure you check out your carts if you haven't already, particularly this one. Oh, it's gone. That one that was there. If you want to take part in the craft along on Friday, and we'll get that out to you. Sarah, when are we going to see you next?
Tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow. Well, actually, I'm not going anywhere because I'm up on HSN Facebook page in an hour. So if you tune over to HSN's Facebook page, there's no craft vault later on tonight because I'm live in the studio here with a very, very special show over on HSN's Facebook page. So make sure you join me there. And then also, you'll see me back here tomorrow for a launch party.
Amazing. We shall see you then. I'm off for a few days. I shall see you next weekend. Have a brilliant week. Don't forget to take advantage of the freebie frenzy over on our website. Have a brilliant rest of your Monday, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.